so where we last left our heroes, heroes put loosely, you guys just arrived in Bredon after a long voyage, where you were attacked by some pirates. We divvied up loot at the end of the session and did experience, and everyone got that all correct?
Yes.
Yeah, we all should be at 4267.
Okay.
I think.
Now, so here's the thing. So of all of the loot that you guys got, the only thing that was, if I remember correctly, was the scimitar, correct?
And our lives.
And your lives, of course.
Yeah.
Right? Now, if I was correct, Anthony took that, but he's no longer playing with us.
Taking it back. Loot his corpse.
So the story we're going to go with, and we're not going to touch base too much on it outside of, what we're saying right here. We're just going to leave it be, is that he got called away by his god to go do a thing because he's a paladin, so that kind of thing happens. So that way we don't have to worry about writing his character out because he had to leave the campaign in kind of a quick moment. So who is going to take the scimitar?
I'd be shitty with it.
Okay. I think the answer is the bag of holding.
Okay. So whoever has the bag of holding.
Oh,
go ahead.
I have the bag of holding. Guys, I forgot. We need to compile a bunch of the. Okay. Through at some point during the session, or even after, if you guys could just copy down or send me all the shit that's going in the bag of holding, I'll go ahead and put it in. Because
Roger Dodger.
Yeah. Because I need to do that too. I think we all forgot.
All right. Yeah, so that was the only piece of major whatchamacallit?
Loot
that you guys got during that whole excursion, because the enemy ship sank, so there was no looting of the ship. Just to refresh you on a couple NPCs that were on the ship, you have Captain Marcus Keelhaul, Flanagan. And that's the captain. And then you have Brian Brines Keelhaul. Brian Brines, I should say.
Brian.
Brines is his nickname, Brian is his first name, and that's Keelhaul's first mate. So, as you guys arrive into port, Captain Keelhaul does pull you all aside to fill you in on the situations going on in the city.
Nice.
We've landed.
Oh, thank God.
Okay. All right. So what are you planning to do now that you're here? Are you going to go straight to the guilds, or do you need some kind of direction?
I've never been.
I would assume head straight to the guild.
So we're at Bredon. What is just typical town or port town?
Yeah, so let me give you a brief explanation of Bredon. So Bredon is the capital city of the country of Turek.
Mm-hmm.
And Bredon is a traditional kingdom where king, royal family with a variety of nobility, a nobility class surrounding it. And then you have the peasantry working class there. There's kind of a in-between class, which is the merchant class. And the only reason why the merchant class is considered... no, it's okay. The only reason why the merchant class is considered a... how can I say it? Not part of the kingdom in the traditional class structure is because you need merchants to constantly travel between different countries. As well as foster, wonderful trade amongst the country itself, given that there's so many different satellite villages all throughout the kingdom.
Thought you were going to say satellite dishes.
No, satellite towns. And Bredon is on the very far edge of the kingdom as a whole. Okay. The king of Bredon, let me pull up his name real quick.
King of Bredon.
Is King Marcus Nathalius.
King Marcus?
Nathalius. Now, this is all information you could have learned while on the boat during your travel.
King of Bredon. Okay, yeah. Cool.
And
so this is the capital city?
You're currently in the capital, Bredon.
So is there a castle there?
Yes, there's a large castle that is kind of on a cliff overlooking the port areas of the town. You're currently in this kind of crescent style port
Oh.
In Bredon.
Well, what's the extent to the damage that's been sustained by Breton since it's been under siege?
Okay, so I'll get to that. So, from what you've gathered, is there's 2 warring orc clans that have always kind of been in the area near Bredon, and that's the Shatteraxe clan and the Bone Braid clan. The Shatteraxe clan is known for carrying these like orcish axes that have, it almost looks like the steel is kind of splintered sideways. So it, instead of like one clean edge, it's almost kind of like a spiked cudgel on a stick. Like, it's very crude. Effective at hurting people because you are hitting someone with, spiked metal, but it's more akin to like a morning star than an axe. But they're still called themselves the Shatteraxe clan. Then you have the Bone Braids. They specialize in javelin throwing. Like, they are absolutely deadly when it comes to javelins. That's the only ranged weapons they'll use. And they also are known. They get their name from the long black haired braids that they carry on top of their heads, with different bones weaved into those braids. And those bones all come to like things like adventurers or trophy animals, or really anything, any dead creature that would have posed some kind of threat.
What was the name of the clan again?
The Shatteraxe clan
versus
and the Bone Braid clan.
Bone Braid.
In this corner.
Thank you.
Now, they've always been around the area of like southern Bredon. I'll kind of ping it on the map because it's just this whole peninsula here. They're pervasive throughout the entire forest and grassland. So, that being said, usually they keep to themselves and fight each other. Occasionally they will raid merchants and caravans, but this is usually solved by hiring guards or adventurers to escort merchants down roads to get to different towns. And only occasionally will the city or adventuring guilds put out some kind of subjugation quest to deal with their numbers when they get a little too bold with their attacks or their population grows too large. But mainly the source of population control for these orcs is each other, because that's what happens when you have 2 clans feuding for generations upon generations. The reason why there's currently a call to arms to Bredon and why you pulled out here, you found, is that for the first time ever, the Bone Braids have attacked Bredon directly. And it's not just small like farm outcroppings on the edge of the city. They ended up getting pretty deep and attacking one of the noble estates in the kingdom. And
it's definitely the Bone Braids, not the Shatteraxes.
From everything that they found, it was the Bone Braids. There was orcs that had the long bone braids themselves. None of them had axes.
Okay.
And that's what you've known from the basic information that you've
from
been
what
provided.
we got. It was
Yeah.
braids. Okay.
Yeah. Everyone believes it's the Bone Braids at this point because that's whose bodies they found.
Right.
During it, from what you've understood, you don't have a great description of what that battle happened, but many orcs, city guard, and a lot of the peasants that work under one of the noble houses in Bredon were slain in this attack. And then since then, Bone Braids have been attacking different areas of the outer city as well as farmlands and other satellite towns around the kingdom. Let's see. There was a couple other things I wanted to mention there. So what you've been asked to do is to the call to arms basically offers up. There's 2 things to the call to arms. Any shipfaring captain who is willing to transport adventurers to Bredon will be paid a small sum of money as a finder's fee for adventurer. And then for any adventurer who shows up, they will be offered a gold sum for killing Bone Braid orcs.
Oh.
When they show up. And from what you've heard, it's very generous for the traditional, like, go out and kill things style quest that adventurers are given.
Yeah. Sounds like good money. Okay, I guess.
Okay, so go ahead.
No, it's just if everyone's down, I guess we go straight to the guild.
Yep.
One of the things you also learned is that there isn't one adventuring guild like there was in Tutorial Isles. So Tutorial Isles is kind of one of those special locations where there's only one group of guilds throughout the entire island. Where in Bredon, there's going to be different guilds depending on who you want to join. From what you've gathered, there's 3 major guilds in Bredon right now. And, well, okay, that's probably generous. There's 2 major guilds and then 1 small guild. all the other smaller guilds seem to have been absorbed by one of the larger guilds. So there's the Bredonite Kingsmen, which is the largest guild in the country, and it's currently supported by the royal family. What you've discovered from like talking to different adventurers and just hearing in general over time is adventuring guilds, the larger they are, the better quests and the opportunities they provide. Now, there is some benefit to joining a smaller guild and signing with them and getting a kind of reputation with them, or just being freelance through them. But if you really want to be part of, the more resources the guild has access to, the easier it is for the adventurer to get access to if they become like legitimate members of that guild. Now, just because you're a member of one of the major guilds in Turek doesn't mean you can't go back to your home country of Leoth and not join another guild. You pretty much get one major one per country. You can kind of like freelance through all of them if you want.
Okay, but you can't do more than one per country.
Yeah. Well, you can't sign up fully. Like there'll be a point where some people will question your allegiance to one guild.
Oh, okay. Damn.
All right. And then there's the Brotherhood of the Blackwood, which is a decent sized guild with several offices throughout the kingdom. And they're the largest independent guild in Turek.
Brotherhood of the what?
Blackwood.
Black.
And then the almost not worth mentioning guild with only one office in Bredon is Dawnstrider.
Oh, that's a cool name.
Okay.
So, which one is Gary Oaken? So you can be the rival.
Gary Oak's already killed all the orcs and has a car.
In fact, he killed off 3 different orc groups, right? Instead of
he
just
killed
the
3
two.
orc clans instead
there's
of
only
the
2, but he's got 3.
I still can't believe that happened.
He also
in the fucking
rides
show.
a Corvette too, right? Like,
Yeah,
he's got a convertible and a posse.
for a 12-year-old boy, he walks around everywhere like a parade.
All right. Anyway, I'm sorry. I don't mean to derail. I'm just saying.
All right. You also hear the 2 names of the major noble houses that you need to know of.
Okay.
So, of all of the different nobility classes there are only 2 major farm barons to Bredon. Now, what a farm baron is someone who's in charge of, as you probably could have guessed, all of the farmland as well as the food production to the kingdom. And those guys are also in charge of the logistics of getting many of those farms out to other smaller towns outside of the kingdom.
So
Yeah, they're vegetable pimps. They're the vegetable pimps. So there is Farm Baron Fenris Gardensworth.
Farm Baron
Fenris Gardensworth.
Fenris Gardensworth.
Okay. And then there is Baron Maximus Goldtree.
Now-
Maximus
Goldtree.
Goldtree, not gold. Goltree.
I was gonna say
As I
Gold Tree.
Like I said, these guys are pimps. Do we have access to their sigil or colors or banner, or is it just name only?
You've only heard their name. So the reason why you've heard their name is because House Goldtree was the one who was attacked by the orcs. And then House Gardensworth is currently the one offering up the large sum of gold for the subjugation quest against all orcs.
G for orc.
Mhm.
Alrighty.
But in order to get started on that, you have been instructed, or you guys know as adventurers, that the place you need to go is to one of the adventuring guilds.
I'm going to ask the captain if he has a recommendation on which he would suggest.
Aye, that's largely up to you, Matthew. You see, if you take the Kingsmen, the Bredonites, they treat you well. They're all over the kingdom. But some folk like me, they like the independent life, so that's the Blackwood.
What about Dawnstrider? I heard that name.
He just kind of shrugs at you.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to do Dawnstrider.
Is that Team Instinct? Be honest. Be honest.
Yeah, it's Team Instinct.
Aw.
They
I
snuck
hear they're a
Blue.
friendly enough lot.
Aw, they're
I'm
friendly.
not the only one who chose Team Instinct, right?
I think you're the only one who chooses instinct.
Am I?
Yeah, you huff glue like a
Damn
weirdo.
it.
Yeah,
Pablo's
Team
a
Valor.
mystic garbage.
Yeah, as opposed to the Valor people who hop on the freeway.
I drove
I know
straight
what I
into an
am,
Old
Pablo.
Navy.
I know what I am, Pablo. I have no disillusions of who I am. Stream, just in case you were wondering where our allegiances lie. You can
Oh.
probably guess just by listening to us, though.
The worst.
Oh, God. Okay. So who are we going with? We get probably the best resources with the Kingsmen, but they sound kind of pompous. I don't know. What do you guys...
Personally, I like Captain Keelhaul's mention that Blackwood kind of gives us our independence. Plus, they have a lot of offices throughout the kingdom, so we're not kind of relegated to just one.
Dane, what do you think?
I don't know. I thought you guys liked picking a name for yourself. I thought you guys starting from rock bottom.
There's the instinct player.
That's a total instinct thing to say.
So, yeah, just gonna push Dane into the harbor.
My electric Spearo will get you all.
This is actually a big decision, you guys. Because this could like, this is where your ending is decided, isn't it? Like,
Well, here's
do
the
we get any
thing.
replay value?
Yeah,
Well,
there's no
here's-
new game plus.
Here's the thing. You gotta figure that if, say, the Bredon Knights, or whatever the fuck their name is, are the most popular and the largest and the most well-funded, everyone's gonna try and shoot for that. So that's gonna be overcrowded, and there's no guarantee of work. I'm thinking with Blackwood, not only do we keep our independence, but there still might be a better shot at us getting work without having to compete for pompous assholes.
I wonder if there's some pamphlets we can get.
Brochures.
Brochures. I feel like I'm applying for college. Yes, well.
I'll leave you to your decision. But if you had if I could offer a little bit of advice, try asking around town first. We've been at sea for a while. Things might have changed here in Bredon over the time we've been gone.
Gather information.
Thanks, Captain.
He gives you a swift nod and then walks off to go finish up the important duties of, bringing a ship into port.
Got it.
All right.
Well,
Where else do we go for asking around for information?
wait a minute. Weren't we traveling with a noblewoman?
You were.
Where's our paladin?
I would like to ask her if not only she needs an escort, but if she's heard any information regarding the two guilds.
Yeah, so you find her. She's already getting her stuff off of the ship, and she seems to have paid a deckhand, one of the dock hands actually, to carry her her luggage.
Ma'am?
So you chase after her. She's getting off the boat right now.
Yeah.
So you chase after her and find her, and she's with her daughter. And there's a dock hand, and then you can tell if you look further up the dock, you see that there already is a suited, armored person waiting for her there. How do you approach her?
Does the armored man have any form of symbol on his armor representing anything?
Yeah, he seems to have some kind of noble house crest on kind of a badge pinned to his cloak.
What's it look like?
A white tree.
Oh.
I'm gonna jog up to her. Ma'am?
Yes.
So, have you... how to say this? We're looking to join up with one of these guilds. And wondered, since it sounds like you're a local, what's your input on them?
Oh, well, my family is closely aligned with the royal family, so I think they're named the Bredonite Kingsmen.
Yeah.
They are the largest, and they do a good amount of work for the royal family.
Only for the royal family?
Well, for everyone.
Now, I wouldn't care to overstep or impose, but would there be any opportunity for us to maybe give them your name as a means of maybe getting a better opportunity to join with them or access to work? I mean, you've seen us work firsthand, and we are fairly good at what we do.
Cough.
She gives you a noble woman smile, which almost looks like she's looking down on you, but you can tell it's from a point where she's trying not to, but you can tell.
Yeah, I know.
No.
Sable's gonna be like, damn, okay.
Fair enough.
I do thank you for saving me and my daughter from the pirates. But, I have my own family business to attend to, and I've been away for quite some time.
Oh, sure. I look at Alex. Alice. Yikes.
Well, then we wouldn't want to keep you any longer. So, have a good one.
I high five Alice.
She accepts your high five.
Nice.
Yeah. And then her mom gives her a look that makes her like stiffen up because she realized it wasn't quite ladylike.
Oh, whatever.
Once again, thank you for everything you've done.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Now, if I remember correctly, Enrique, she gave us her first name, correct? But she didn't give us her surname. What was her first name?
Did I write it down?
I only have Alice down, so you did not give us.
Yeah, I don't think I did.
No.
I thought.
No, because remember, Trisha spoke to the kid. I spoke to the woman, and we decided on not giving her a name because we didn't want to come up with one. But when I asked for surname, you said she did not disclose that, just first name.
Oh, okay.
Probably some name like White Tree. Like,
So do you ask her name, or are you just asking the first name that you?
Well, no, I asked her when we were on the boat before the pirate thing happened. I'm just wondering what it was because we never really consolidated it.
maybe she just chose not to say it, or
Sure. So let me write this down.
I hope she can't fit in her corset.
Now, be nice.
May your bodice be ever uncomfortable.
Yeah. So her name is Alice. I'm sorry. Alice is the daughter. Her name is Hera.
Hera,
Hera.
kind of full of it, isn't she? She was
Hera.
born full of it.
Hell yeah. Well, all right.
All right, Hera.
Yeah, Matthew's going to keep that in the back of his head because whether she likes it or not, Matthew's going to try and name drop. So, hell yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but first you have to find out her last name because you don't know her house name.
Honestly,
No, but we don't need to know her house name. We need to know the fact that Dane saw that the knight had a certain emblem. Emblems and sigils are enough to get you around.
honestly, I am not looking to join the Kingsmen after that shit. Are all nobles like that?
Not all of them. Some of them.
Ugh. Well, weren't we talking about being independent anyway?
Hey. It was just... It's a hypothetical. We haven't committed yet.
Let's go to the tavern, have some drinks, and ask around.
All right.
Yeah, so once you start getting off of the landing area of the port, you can quickly spot like a fisherman's bar.
Nice.
Actually,
You can smell this. You can smell the fresh fish in the air as well as fresh fried fish.
Oh,
Fried
fisherman's
fish.
platter.
Yeah, functionally yes, the fisherman's platter of roast,
Admiral's feast.
how far is the port connected to where the incident happened of like the attack?
The pirates? No, that was a day and a half into the ocean.
No. The orc incident.
Oh, the orc incident. So you don't know the layout of the city at this point, but from what you understand, there was a noble estate that was attacked, and that's the most information you have at the time.
Okay.
Yep, we're gonna get more info if we go to the bar.
To the fish
Because
tavern.
where else do you get information?
All right, so you enter the bar. Now, it is mid to late day at this point. because you have been on the boat the entire time and you've only just recently got off the boat. So there isn't a large crowd of workers and people in this bar at the moment. It's clear
Perfect.
they just started ramping stuff up as far as like cooking and bringing ale out. So there are people here, but you would call this like, yeah, like the kind of like the slow before dinner rush kind of vibe you get out of the restaurant or the bar.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think I'm gonna loiter here until they get busier. Actually.
Well, actually, this would be a perfect time to talk to the barkeep if he's not too busy.
Yeah, you see the bartender doing like the usual like night stuff that they usually take care of, such as cleaning
Polishing.
glasses. Yeah, setting up different kegs and tapping them, as
Perfect.
well as like putting other bits of food and items out that you would know that he would need in the middle of the shift.
Of a rush.
Yeah, middle of the night kind of thing.
All right. Cool. So I'll sit down and introduce myself as Matthew.
Hello, Matthew. What can I get you?
Pint of ale, if you have any.
We got a pint of ale.
Excellent. And I was hoping, if it ain't too much of a bother, if I could pick your brain for some information. I'm kind of new to town.
Okay. What do you have in
So-
mind?
Well, I saw this sigil, and I'm wondering what house it belongs to, and I will describe the sigil that the knight had on his little cape,
The white tree thing.
the white tree thing.
A white
house?
tree?
Yeah, what house does that belong to?
I think that's House Winter Tree.
Wow.
Ah.
Never would have guessed.
What was the colors for it again? It was gold and white, correct?
I'm sorry, I'm not up to date on nobleman sigils.
No, I'm asking you, Enrique. You described it as a white tree.
Oh yeah, no, I just described it as a white tree.
Just a white tree.
Yeah, I described it as a
All
white
right,
tree.
cool.
There was no trimming or anything. I just described it as a white tree.
All right, cool. Okay, no, just wondering. And how far is the estate that was under siege from here, or what's going on with that?
Ah, you're adventurers.
Through and through.
Okay. Well, information comes at a price here, buddy.
How much?
How much?
How much?
How much you got?
Depends on what you got in terms of information.
He just shrugs, starts cleaning glasses, and starts preparing other things.
All right, I'm gonna lay down 5 silver.
5 silver. He
5
gives
silver.
you a okayish nod, like he's kind of gauging who you are and things like that.
I look at him and I'm like, okay,
Well-
real blood. Okay, I'm gonna lay down 5 more silver.
House Goldtree was the one attacked, and both of the farm barons live pretty close to the edge of the city. It helps with how you say work, I guess. Although most of their time they spent, and they have inner homes, from what I understand, more in the nobles district. But the largest parts of their estates are closer to the edge. They have some farmland on there, and that's where they keep all their food stores as well.
Okay, so closer to port to kind of expedite how quickly they can ship product in and out. That makes sense. And farmlands further inland. How did the
Not that
orcs?
close to port, actually. Closer to the edge of the city where you start getting into the wilds.
Ah, that edge. Okay.
That would be their first one.
Well,
They do have a double wide road that leads from both estates leading down to the port, though.
I mean, but doesn't that strike you as odd that if both estates are fairly nearby, that only one was attacked and not both?
I don't even know how the orcs got into the city anyway.
Is it walled off? City? That's a meta question, just if looking around.
You can't see where you're currently at, the outside edges.
Okay, well then I'll just ask, what do you mean get in? Is it tough to get in? Like,
It's walled off for the most part, but there's other ways to get into the city. Sewer systems, some of areas that are open that haven't been fully built in with stonework, such as wooden palisades. You can get through if you know what you're doing,
so,
but you're gonna have to ask some, unsavory types on how to do that.
Now, one final question before I, start drinking. what do you know about the situation with the guilds? I know there's two of them. There's the Kingsmen and there's the Blackwood. From what I've been told, the Kingsmen seems like the route to go as they have the most resources and are backed by the nobles. But I would assume both are getting fairly good amounts of work, or is that still consistent?
Hmm. He taps the table again. He taps the table in front of you where
Oh
the coins are
god, put
at.
down 2 gold.
Yeah, put down 2 gold.
Thank you, miss. Thank you. Okay, so here's the skinny.
Oh god.
All right. So one thing you need to know before you go off and thinking there was some kind of weird subterfuge going on where the orcs came in. The gate, one of the town gates near the estates was hit as well, but it was hit real fast. No one had a chance to raise any alarm. Now, before you go off and thinking there's some kind of weird grand conspiracy, or at least doesn't look like that. As far as the guild things going, both are all right. Adventurers come through all the time. Just because you sign with one doesn't mean you can't do work for the other. Just means you might not have access to some stuff. See it all the time. Although most adventurers nowadays seem to be going toward Blackwood. Blackwood's been absorbing so many other smaller adventuring guilds, trying to consolidate, that they just been friendlier.
Are they the up and coming ones or something?
I don't know if I'd say up and coming, but more or less, for a long time it was just the Bread Knight Kingsmen and dozens of smaller guilds. And then the Brotherhood showed up. They decided that they wanted to have they weren't going to get any work unless they all banded together. So they started the Brotherhood of the Blackwood. A bunch of guilds started signing on. And over the last couple of years, more and more adventuring guilds closed down and joined them.
So is the quality of adventurer pretty much on par with one another, or is the Kingsman the top of the top?
Well,
considering the resources they have access to.
If ever you're become a very big deal in the adventuring guilds here in Bredon, and you want to, only the Kingsmen actually get quests from the king himself. But the Brotherhood, they take quests from all over the kingdom. A lot of smaller stuff too that'll have you adventuring. And because of that, you might also get some information that the Kingsmen won't get, such as like ruins that have only been recently discovered. There is Dawn Strider as well. They absolutely refuse to join the Brotherhood.
For what reason?
A lot of pride. They like their little guild. Maybe a dozen people in it. Real sense of family there. Nice folk.
Kind of want to join Instinct. So, Brotherhood is Valor. Kingsman is Mystic.
And Dawn Strider is Instinct.
Is Instinct.
It's Instinct.
I think we just
That's what basically decided, yeah.
So, guys, where are we going? I am kind of not as cool with the Kingsmen, though the opportunities there are nice. I just don't know what kind of missions would interest me coming from a king.
Yeah, because it could be stuff that, depending, we don't even know what the king's like. It could be something super mundane because nobles tend to make a big fuss over little things.
And political things, which I don't want to touch.
Or it could be something that's actually grandiose, but in either regard...
that means it always has to, I don't know, just...
How about this? How about we scope out the guild and see what it's like, and then we'll scope out Blackwood, and then we'll scope out Dawn Strider and see how we feel before we commit.
Yeah, I like that plan. What do you think, Dane?
Best explore our options before you make a really big decision.
Yeah, it's not like there's any rush.
Well,
right?
Seems like that is the plan.
All right, well, tonight I'm going to relax and party because I need to get off these sea legs. I'm exhausted and I'm hungry.
Okay.
I don't know about you guys, but that's what my plan is tonight.
I'll look to the barkeep and said, I smelled fried fish on the way in here. What you got on the menu tonight?
Fried fish, raw fish, ale, bread. We got some fish stews, and some vegetable stews mixed in with more fish. A lot of fish.
I could go for fish.
Are you making a bubblegum thing? I know it's going to be a bubblegum thing, Jojo.
Yeah.
Nope, totally different.
Chive.
Well, I'm gonna look at Sable. Well, what do you want to eat?
I'm getting raw fish. Sashimi.
Why to
All
get
right.
quiet? Oh, okay. I was gonna tell the group. Actually, I'm gonna see if there's anybody who's any adventurers actually, or any civilians who've been hurt during the attack. I'm gonna go see if there's some sort of like clinic I can help at.
Some,
Oh,
some cleaning.
Clinic.
Oh, clinic you can help at.
do you need any of the supplies or
No,
some money?
no. I think I'm good as long as I can find my way back here.
Okay. Maybe we should just go with you just in case.
I mean, you guys can relax. We were on a boat for, what was it, like a week?
Just
I'm used to it. You know what?
don't lose your way.
Well, there's sort of a clinic if you're.
I'll go with you. I'm gonna pound back the thing of ale that the guy gave me. Best way is to gather information, and if those people are injured, we might find something out. So,
Okay, but draining blood is not a form of healing. Okay.
that's fine. That's fine. I'll play nice. Jesus.
I hope you don't mind me splitting the party, but Sable's gonna stick around at the tavern slash bar.
Yeah, absolutely. So
That's
for 5
fine.
silver, you can get the fisherman's platter.
I'm getting it.
Yeah, fried fish, regular fish, and then some other odds and ends.
Matthew's going to kiss Sable on the forehead, say, be safe, use protection if that happens, and we will be back soon.
Thanks.
So how are you figuring out where this clinic's at?
Well, did the bartender not give us directions?
No, he mentioned that there was some kind of clinic, and then you guys ignored.
Well, I'm gonna go ask the bartender. What sort of some sort of clinic is there?
Well, House Gardensworth set up some, like a building not too far off from their estate that can between both the farm barons' estates to help out any of the peasants and workers who ended up getting injured, as well as some of the guardsmen. You have a couple Pelorian clerics tending to them, as well as a lot of the food and medical supplies are being straight paid from the House Gardensworth's own coffers.
Oh, House Gardensworth. Okay.
Here, and let me give you some directions. And then he gives you like some basic directions through the city, as well as some basic ideas like how to find the market district, how to find like different inns throughout the city, how to get back to the port where he's at, as well as whatchamacallit, like the best way to get out of the city, and then a couple areas of the cities you don't want to.
All right. Thank you so much. I'm gonna look to Sable. Sable, can I have a gold?
Yeah,
And I
consider it done.
I give it
Just
to the
one?
bartender. Yeah, just one.
Take 3 just in case.
Well, I was gonna tip the bartender for the barkeep.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay, well take 3 for your thing, and there's a 1.
Thank you kindly.
Thank
What's
you.
your name, kid?
Well, is he talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, my name is Dane.
Nice to meet you, Dane. I'm Henry.
Nice to meet you, Henry. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Come back anytime if you want some food. We make a mean fish and chips.
I want that too.
Good thing you're staying with the
More
money.
silver.
All right, I'm taking it.
What's the name of the bar? I mean, the tavern.
The tavern? The Open Port.
Ooh, I like that. Henry, barkeep of the Open Port.
Onward.
All right, Dane, lead the way.
I will be walking with the map out.
All right, yeah. So, well, he didn't give you like a physical map. He just kind of gave you some like basic.
I will be walking with the basic instructions in my head.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So you kind of go through the city. You had to ask couple people like some to kind of get you some directions, but you do find it after about like 30 minutes of walking.
Is it like a big building?
So no, it's not actually that big of a building. So
Probably
what
little
it appears
tents,
to be
right?
is, what would have been like someone's house or like a storefront has been kind of like bought out, and then someone crudely like painted on like a sign like to hang on inside the outside door, because they didn't have time to like carve out a traditional shop sign, but it's like painted on like clinic. And people inside are kind of milling about.
There's no door, right? It's just kind of like a.
There's a door leading into it.
Okay, I'm going to go inside.
Yeah, so you go in and it's warmer in here than it is outside, but the difference from the outside of the city to inside is it does smell clean.
Oh,
Um, you're not getting the scent of like sweat or fish in the air since leaving the port area. It just smells like a clean, simple home. Kind of a far cry off from different like things you traditionally experience in a city. Inside, they seem to have kind of made a makeshift almost hospital. You have different beds there, people resting, as well as a couple people like walking around, and then some of the people like eating bedside with like these nightstands with all the equipment on it.
well, I'm gonna find some sort of like person who attends to people here.
Yeah, you find someone in sort of sterile clothing. Like you can tell there seems to be some kind of dried fluids that have like left on this guy's shirt. But you eventually do get him to stop after him, bringing food out to patients.
Hi, my name is Jane. I'm actually a cleric of Palor, and I was hoping if you needed any help.
Hey, you're a cleric? Yeah, we can absolutely use some help.
Show me the way.
All right. So we have a couple healers working. Unfortunately, there's, most what I understand you clerics can do at this stage is help with pain. All their wounds are sealed up. They're just quietly getting back on their feet. Are you able to help with like diseases and infections today?
Oh, I'm sorry, not today. Actually, I just came from into town via boat, so
Hey, that's totally fine. We have a couple guys, their legs got infected, so now we're just staving off healing until we can, with like healing spells and cure spells until they can, get rid of the infection entirely. Let me show you where he's at.
okay.
Yep. And so you find he leads you to what looks like a fit younger man, maybe like mid-20s, who appears to have he's got the look of a guardsman, and then he shows you another man who, equally is fit, but the image you're getting from this guy is more farmer than guardsman. Doesn't have that kind of rugged, I'm gonna fuck you up look. And both of them have some kind of infection. Where the guardsman seems to have a leg wound that's being treated, the farmer has a chest wound that's being treated.
I can remove one of those.
Have you tried lay on hands?
Well, all I'm good for today is all I have are healing spells. Are there anybody who need any healing?
It's been a few weeks since the attack, so at this point we're just staving off infection here. But if you want to help out around, we can always use the extra hands.
Absolutely.
But if you happen to have some of your higher level cure spells, it will help stave off the infection until we can get some proper medicine.
I'll if I can come back tomorrow, I would absolutely love to help.
Alrighty.
I will give them a hand.
All right, yeah. So he kind of guides you throughout the process. At first, he wants to make sure you're trustworthy and you're not gonna do anything weird. But he eventually lets you do direct healing on the two men I mentioned earlier, as well as bring out food, help out around, do a little cleaning, swap out rags and pillows and bed sheets and things along those lines. As well as as the night kind of winds down, he asks you to help out with some laundry.
That's what I'm good for.
All right, perfect. So Matthew, what do you do during all of this?
I'm just kind of watching and then gonna pitch in like I don't know. Does the guardman or the farmsman look like they would like someone to talk to?
Almost everyone in here looks like they'd appreciate a conversation.
Yeah, so I'm gonna talk to people and survey, see what they just know as a general, and just kind of get the lay of what happened, or if they know anything, or if the stories are at least consistent.
Yeah, so you do get consistent stories from across everyone. It sounds like it was uh, the bone braids, because there was most of the people in the town have never seen the orcs before, but the stories that they've heard of what an orc looks like is exactly what they've described to you. The guards seem to have a little more knowledge because he's seen orcs. He identified them as bone braids as well because they had their long braids. He's never encountered the bone braids before, but he has encountered Shadorax orcs before.
Well, does it seem like they were after something in particular? Or did this seem like just a berserk frenzy?
So from what you understand from like the conversations that you got is a good amount of the orcs that did break into the city, they did it fast enough where they were overwhelmed one of the like outside gate areas, made it into the estate, and then took supplies and other things in the city and then left. From what you can tell, it seems to be a decent amount of valuables were taken at the time. The guard you ended up speaking to was someone who was first on the scene and was injured pretty harshly in the leg, and you're surprised he still has his leg. And you did hear that his the other men he showed up with did not make it.
Well, you're a fighter. Gotta respect the hell out of that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this would do anything. How is his pain? Like, how does he feel like in terms of pain?
Are you gonna flick it?
Yeah. When
Just kidding.
he lets you know that when his infection flares up, it hurts, but as long as he stays off it, it's fine. He just has to wait for the infection to pass.
Matthew doesn't know anything about medicine, but would you like a drink?
I would love a drink.
So he's actually going to pull out that really kick-ass rum that the captain gave me and be like, well, Fred, from one adventure to another, you look like someone I wouldn't mind fighting side by side with, so I'm going to pour him a little thing of rum, and I'm going to take a swig. And so share a drink, and I'll give him my name. My name's Matthew.
My name's Rocky.
Nice to meet you, Rocky. I'm new in town, and I'll show him my guild thing. I'm here because it seems like you guys got a problem, and, well, it's kind of my line of work.
Well, scalp a couple of those bastards for me.
Yeah, if you want, I'll bring you back a trophy, and I'll show him my pauldron, the one that has, like, you know, the wolf skull, the tusks, the fucking insect bits on it, because, yeah, it's all a collection of stuff I've killed up till now.
If I didn't know better, you look like an orc.
Well, time to add some braids to this thing, right?
You can tell that joke didn't go in good, going well for him.
Well,
He's only traumatized. No big deal.
my friend Dane here, and I'll point as like Dane's scurrying about. He'll fix you up tomorrow, more than sure. So you won't have to deal with this for all too much longer. But hopefully, we'll get this orc issue handled fairly quickly.
Well, best thing to do then, join one of the guilds and they'll direct you to Marcia.
Marcia?
Yeah, Marcia Sinclair. She's a merchantess who ends up, she's running point on this whole operation that Gardensworth's doing.
It's weird. I'm hearing all these noble names, and on the boat, we ended up getting attacked by some weird pirates, but we helped out this lady. I think her name was Hera, and she said she was a noblewoman. Her emblem, I think, was like a white tree. I heard something like the name Winter Tree.
Yep, I've heard of House Winter Tree. They're one of the big ones. Well, big in the sense that there's only like half a dozen.
Half a dozen, huh?
Yeah, not too many major noble families here in Bredon.
Well, guess that makes sense. Well, if you need anything, or if you find anything out, Rocky, I'll keep you in the loop if you'll keep me in the loop.
You'll know where to find me.
All right. You want another swig before I head out?
Absolutely.
Give him another swig.
All right.
Woohoo!
Mm-hmm. He overtakes your generosity and takes like a large gulp.
I'm more than okay with it.
All right.
It's good shit, right?
Very good.
Well, that's pretty much going to sum up what I'm doing while Dane's there.
All right. Yeah, so then it gets to about nighttime before the person that Dane was talking to lets him know that that's everything he can. If he wants to stay the night, he could take a spare bed if he doesn't want to go to an inn. But he understands if he doesn't want to spend the night after working so long, he wants to get cleaned up somewhere.
Yeah, and I have friends waiting for me. So, but thank you. I will come back tomorrow for sure.
Yeah, he wishes you farewell, and before you leave, like he does say a prayer with you to
Oh,
Pelor.
huzzah! I will join him.
Yeah,
I'm gonna step outside and start to smoke.
yeah. The
Smoke.
prayer is very quick. It's like one of those moments where like you're kind of like walking somewhere and you have that one relative who grabs your hands. He's like, "Just want to say we appreciate everything that you've done for us, Lord." Like that kind of thing.
Yeah, nope, gonna smoke.
Very quick, about 30 seconds, and then gone.
Everybody say grace, grace.
So, Dane, do me a solid.
What's that?
Tomorrow, fix Rocky first.
I will pray to Pelor and see what I can do.
Just fix the man. He might be our insight into some really interesting information as he is a city guard.
Now, they're both just diseased.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
seem to have had what it looks like is they had some wounds from the attack
Okay.
that got infected pretty seriously. Um, you didn't quite get a full idea of the situation, but from what you gathered, Matthews, it sounds like because he was one of the first responders, most people weren't looking for survivors because there were so many people just bleeding out that they didn't realize he was, alive until, a while of time has passed and kind of dirt
yes.
and other, grime has gotten into his wound.
Oof.
Grody.
Gotta scrape it out and then cauterize it.
Yeah. So,
Well, yeah. So, Hera Wintertree. That's who we ended up helping. Interesting. But yeah, I'll relay the information I learned to Dane and Sable once we get back, but it seems to be consistent.
Well, we head back to the open port after that.
all right, so you head back to the open port, and how much are you just like binge eating, or are you just like have the 2 plates, drink, have a good time, talk to some people, or are you aiming to do something that night?
Well, kind of wanted Sable to eat a lot, share.
Mm-hmm.
So I probably can, if I could order like for Admiral's piece.
Yeah, so that's just a gold
Just one gold.
for the both of them.
And I'm just gonna share, ask around some stories, like be generally social because she's been all cooped up on a boat, which isn't her favorite place to be.
Yeah, so you share a lot of pleasant conversation with a lot of people. What's your charisma?
I don't know. 10.
10. Okay, so despite only being a 10, you're one of the only women in the bar.
Oh, there it is.
So
Oh no.
you do get a decent amount of attention. You're being social, you're going around. As far as like looks generally go, you're pretty average as far as women, but you are also an adventurer. You're fairly fit. So that does count for something. And you get a lot of attention from, kind of sweaty, smelly sailors who clearly haven't cleaned up after working on the dock or working on ships all day. But they do tell you a lot of stories about the sea, other things they've experienced in adventures, fighting off different sea folk that attacked their ships and vessels. You hear a little bit about like stuff going on in town, but it seems to be just general information that's already been given.
Well, like after that, like it's just sharing a couple meals, and then since they're gonna be out until nighttime,
Mm-hmm.
Sable's gonna go out and explore town.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Yeah, so after doing that, you can absolutely explore the town. Is there something in particular you're looking for?
She did kind of want to look toward the edges of town. Also, she wanted, like, she kind of is going with her wanderlust right now. She wants to explore the edges of town, see maybe where the attacks happen. Also wants to go in like the more bustly areas and like just start chatting it up with people. If there are any bards as well, she likes to listen to music, things like that.
There's absolutely a few bards you hear walking around town. So from what you've gathered from like just generally walking around town and getting a lay of the land, the city is in multiple like different tiers.
Mhm.
Where closer to the castle on the cliffside, like on the very like entry like low point of the cliff that kind of like walks up the way it
Mhm.
like the path into it, that's the nobles district. And there is a walled or gated section that separates the nobles district from the city proper. From what you can generally tell of the architecture, because you've been to a couple cities at this point, it looks like the nobles districts are older buildings, like older stonework, but kept up more.
Mm.
You get an idea that this was originally, that wall wasn't a nobles district like separating from the city proper or not. That was the original wall of the city from a long time ago. It's clearly been repaired many, many times.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Then you have the city proper. That's like your general commons area where most you kind of walk through the market district of the city, as well as finding odds and ends of different shops along the way, different tradesmen and things like that. As you start getting further and further out, you start seeing like the general housing for like farmland. And then you do find in one kind of corner, like what's it written at? So the north west corner of the city, you find the two large estates that are owned by the farm barons.
Okay.
And it's very easy to tell from like where the farm barons are to where the port's at, because there's this large double wide road that clearly is well traveled that ferries in like merchants and goods through the city proper. It splits the city functionally in half. What you can see is that House Gardensworth is just slightly nestled deeper into the city in comparison to House Goldtree. Goldtree is a little closer to the edge of the city.
Hence probably why they got attacked.
Yeah. It's not by much, but it's, one city block is a long way for an invasion to go.
Right.
And granted, we're not talking about like a modern city block. A city block, in medieval towns is much smaller.
Right.
So what you can tell is a lot of the walls, like the retaining walls that lead into the city, are pretty weak around the farm areas. You can tell it's mainly there's a lot of foot traffic, a lot of people, like goods coming in and out constantly. So you're not seeing like kind of the stonework ends, and it seems to be like different wooden palisades and things along those lines, different wooden checkpoints and areas to bring through. The roads are obviously well traveled. Now their guards currently stationed at the damaged section of gate that was broken through. That's a typical wooden palisade with a wooden, like large wooden door that seems to be able to be opened up for wagons to go through. That seems to have been completely demolished.
Cool.
Whatever broke through that, just split the center hinges off and just let it go through. Like just let it swing open. And it seemed to have happened fast enough where that wasn't even the focus of the attack. It was clearly like get in, and then they went straight to Goldtree. Which isn't that much farther off. Maybe 200-300 yards best.
Can I ask guards, like, what exactly demolished that thing? If they're there, the guards are there, right?
Yeah. You can go talk to the guards. You can tell from the demeanor they have, they're happy to let a woman talk to them.
Sons of bitches.
What the fuck? What was that? Okay. Anyway.
Hello?
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 I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, we heard some weird metal. We didn't know what's going on.
Is that right?
All right. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm gonna approach them.
Evening, miss.
Gentlemen? Just trying to gather some information here. Pardon that. I'm just wondering, do you guys know what happened to, like, this thing? She kind of points at the whole demolished shit. Like, like, I get it. It was orcs, but, like, what do they have exactly?
How they did it? Not exactly sure. We didn't hear the gate come down. Or at least the damage to the hinges that tore it off.
Jesus. Or, hey Lord, I don't know.
Yeah. My guess? Just a really well-placed ram of some kind.
Okay, just making sure that probably don't have anything crazy.
Yeah. It's not like this area was designed for city defense.
I know. How long, so you guys only saw, like, one tribe of orcs? Like, none of the other ones?
Oh, I didn't see anything, miss.
Oh.
I wasn't here for it.
Oh, okay.
But from what I've heard, bone braid orcs came in through this gate, raided House Goldtree's food stores. took quite a bit of food.
Stores?
Yeah. They took some food, some of their property, and then tore.
Interesting.
We just had our harvest festival, a little while back. All that stuff was fresh. Guess what they saw was tasty.
Huh.
From what I understand, House Gardensworth has all their heads on a platter. They're going through and they're trying to kill every single one of them.
Yeah.
About damn time. My grandfather fought those orcs.
Oh, wow. So it's been going on a long time then.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as anyone in the city can functionally remember.
Well, thanks. How long are you guys out here?
All night.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
That's
You're
too
welcome
bad.
to stay.
Oh, you. She's just gonna like walk off.
Then you hear from behind you one of them like nudge the one. You fucked it up, man. You should
She's not even that good looking. That's so sad.
A 10 is
Damn.
better than a 0 any day.
Especially when you're guard duty.
Oh boy.
Yep.
She's gonna keep exploring. I don't think she's gonna quite go back to the tavern.
Yeah. Is there any areas of the town you're like looking for? Like, are you trying to see like the edge of the nobles district? Are you see like market areas, like store shops and things like that? Or are you just trying to like?
I think
walk
she's
different areas?
gonna go through the store shops and then try to find the poorest areas.
Yeah. So you know already where the slums are from like your general wandering.
Okay.
So there seems to be like a southward wind, so north to south wind
Mm-hmm.
that kind of carries throughout the city, and the port is, on the east side of the city. So the south side, where like that's where you get your fish smell, the smell from like, just generally the bad stuff going on throughout the city. That's all kind of culminates down in the southern section. As well as it seems to be, slightly downhill. So a little bit of the drainage goes over there as well. Where smack dab between the port, city commons, and the nobles district seems to be the market areas.
Okay. All right. Think she's gonna just make a mental note of where she's at. Is it okay if she draws out a map?
Yeah, she could have like gotten some paper at some point and kind of gives like a rough sketch, or she could just go and purchase one.
I'm gonna purchase one.
Yeah.
How much is it?
You find a street urchin who's selling one, copper.
All right. Well, he can have a silver.
Okay. Thank you, miss.
Oh, you're welcome. Look at you, hardworking. Some kids are just running around being stupid. Look at you actually making a name for yourself. I like that kid.
Well, there's so many adventurers coming into town lately. It's an easy way to make a little bit of money.
No, and you promise this one's accurate, right?
As accurate as can be.
Like that. Here's another silver.
Boy, let me mark some special places on the map for you.
Oh yeah, definitely do that. I could definitely use that.
Actually, I don't have a quill.
Here. I have some charcoal.
Okay, so he takes your charcoal pen, and marks a couple areas on the map. He marks where you can access like illicit goods in the slums.
Like this kid.
When you go, just mention you like flowers.
Okay. Make a note of that.
It's kind of like their code word. It changes every single day, but for people who don't know and adventurers to come to town, just talk about flowers.
Wow. How long have you been doing this?
Well, not too long. Pretty young.
Yeah, I know, but you act like you really know the place. You know the ropes.
Bredon's my home.
Aw. Well, see you around, person. I don't want to make you think of a name.
That kid's
Kiddo.
gonna die if we give him a name.
It's Kyle.
Kyle.
And now he's gonna die. Now he's gonna die.
Kyle.
That's it. We gave him a name. The kid's gonna die.
Kyle.
Thanks, Kyle. Hey, I'll see you around, okay?
See you too, miss.
Really freaking cool, man. Look at that. He's got moxie.
Yeah.
I like kids with moxie. Alice got to learn a thing or two from Kyle.
Difference between noble class and common class.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna wander the slums a little bit. And is it too late to check out the illicit thingy? See if it's open, just to check it out.
It's not too late for that. In fact, from what you probably like could imagine as a person like who lives in kind of adventure world, nighttime is where a lot of that more stuff
I'm
happens.
gonna sidle on over there. Check it
Yeah,
out.
so you saddle on over to the place he seemed to have marked. Is just what looks like a whatchamacallit, a carpenter's like office, like a carpenter's like workshop.
Okay. So I'm gonna sidle on in. Knock knock. You open?
Uh, an elderly man, who has like, you can see like leaning against the like a table nearby. He's got like a battle axe.
Jesus.
We're open.
I just wanted to check out your wares. I'm new in town.
New in town, and you come here. And do you need a chair?
No, I just
Like a table?
I like flowers.
Oh, you like flowers? Yo, I make some vases or vases, and you can come on back. I'll show you them.
Okay. I could use
This
a
one's
vase.
my favorite. It's opium.
Yeah. No, come on. And he takes the axe with him, and he kind of like opens the back door. Once you enter, he shuts it, and then
I
you get
feel
like
uncomfortable.
you feel like very.
I'm uncomfortable.
It's like a dimly lit hallway he shows you to.
My hand goes to the dagger at my hip.
Yeah. And as you walk by, he leads into like a bedroom area.
I hold action.
Yeah, like you sit in the doorway. He goes to this bedroom, and there's a large bookshelf there, and he pulls this like kind of wall sconce that's holding a torch, and then you hear like a click,
What?
and the bookcase kind of opens up a little bit. Just head on down if you like flowers. I see. I'm just trusting you know what you're doing.
I really don't, but balls deep. I should wait for my friends. I'll. You know what? I'm gonna go check it out, just to browse. I'm gonna just browse today, and then I'll bring my friends who also.
You're new at this. Don't worry, honey. No one's gonna hurt you down there.
That makes me. So okay, she's just gonna
It's
go.
bad for business.
Fucking mean. She's gonna go downstairs, down the thingy.
He looks at you like he kind of squints. What did you think this place was?
I don't know. I just wanted to check it out.
How'd you find out about it?
Kyle.
Oh, Kyle. Think of this as the black market. Underground goods, are you okay with stolen goods?
Suddenly thoroughly glad I don't know where that paladin is today. I'm okay with it. I don't know if every one of my friends is okay with it.
Well, magic items, general goods, art, things of the like, all at a discount down there.
Do you guys also buy?
Yeah, we buy. Well, I don't.
Oh. I'm gonna go down.
I sell chairs.
I'm gonna go down and ask if anyone wants to buy a tome. You're just gonna go down there. I've had this thing on my person.
Yeah.
I just want to know if it's worth anything.
Yeah.
I go down.
Alright,
I've got a
head
tome
on
of
down.
evil.
When you're ready, there's a separate exit. I'll show you how to do that.
Okay. I'll go down.
Yeah, so you end up going down this like set of stone spiral stairs
Good
that
lord.
lead into what looks like once upon a time was like a crypt, but they've set up into this kind of like, like incognito bazaar.
What the fuck?
There's a variety of different like stalls and stands throughout there, and people just kind of sitting there. None of the goods are like openly displayed.
Of course they're not.
They're clearly just like, you can tell there are goods somewhere along in these stands, but there might be like half a dozen stalls and vendors, like all decently spread apart, with what looks like some kind of like cloth walls held up, like thick hide walls for soundproofing.
Sounds like I'm very glad our not be okay with this place. So I'm just gonna wander in, and does it look like there's a lot of patrons here, or is it all just people right now?
There's
all-
this one person per each of these 6 stalls.
Uh-huh.
The second you get down there on your right is a very large half orc. In like a what looks like a plate leather, like a plate vest. His arms are clearly shown. He's shredded, like absolutely ripped, and you can tell his chest is protected. And on his side, he has a large like cudgel with
Oh.
like that's studded.
Hi.
And then you can see 2 other people kind of talking to other like 2 of the stands, like one person per one stand, one person for another stand. So in total, there's 9 people. Sorry, wait, is that? Yeah, 9 people here, plus yourself.
Oh,
10 total.
I turned to the half orc. Hi.
He just gives you a nod.
What are you selling?
What are you buying?
What are you buying?
They're selling.
Oh, okay. So you're just hanging out.
I'm here to make sure nothing happens.
Oh, the muscle. Got it.
The muscle.
Muscle. Got it. Carry on being the muscle. So I approach the people chatting.
Yeah, so you can, from a cursory glance of these areas, they all seem to be specializing in something particular. One seems to be like arts, jewelry, things of like a finery nature.
Mm-hmm.
One's more weapon oriented. One's more seems to be like a knowledge, like a information broker of a sort. And then the other 3 seem to be like a hodgepodge of different miscellaneous goods that seem to be specialized. Particularly like, for example, one of them is strictly looks like stuff for like evil and necromancy. You're very like dark magics type of salesman. Yeah.
She's gonna be like, I am very out of place here. She's gonna sidle up to the dude who's like all up into necromancy. Hi.
Hello.
Oh God. Do you buy products too?
He gives you he seems to be sizing you up with a glance. We buy and sell.
Okay, well, I'm not interested in anything you have. I don't think. So I've been holding on to this book. Just feels like no one wants it. No one's really interested, and it's not worth much.
Okay. I can take a look.
It's the Tome of Evil.
Yeah, so he takes a look at it.
Also, what do you know about like old ladies in puddles who make dolls out of people? This is all out of context.
I can make a deal with you. You sell me the book, I'll give you all the information as well. You know, instead of me just selling you the information, we'll just take it off the price of the book.
Well, how much is the book worth?
I'd have to take a look.
Okay, have a look. I mean,
His head implodes. Sweet.
And he glances through it and he takes his time with it.
oh,
He doesn't wince at the letters, but you can tell it affected him somehow. You just don't know how it. Whatever it looks like he's was vaguely familiar with what the page was.
I'm gonna be rocking back and forth on my heels, and I'm gonna look at the other merchants and be like, "Hi, what's up?
Yeah.
Don't know how I got here." Hey, do you
How did
guys
you
want to
come
buy a
across
full
this?
crocodile skin? I have that too still. Anyone? Any takers? No?
You
Just asking.
you get amused glances.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Um,
ridiculous.
From what you gather, the look is also one of like first time.
She's gonna be. She gets the look, and she's gonna be like, "Oh, shut up."
Yeah. Tell me how you got this.
Got it from a lady in a puddle.
A lady in a puddle.
Yeah, it was like a puddle. And some lady who totally froze up these adventures.
And she had these things with her. And he turns the book and shows the rough sketch of the Varquile? Varquile? I don't know. I forget
Is
how to
it the
pronounce the name.
dolls?
No, it's the floating red heads.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Like as he opens the book, Sable immediately like turns away because but yeah, those things.
Ah. Oh. This witch knew her stuff.
Uh,
But she didn't know exactly what she was dealing with.
Okay. So
I'll tell you this. We'll make it simple. Hand me 10 gold. I'll tell you everything I know about this book from what I've seen.
okay. I will be back. She's gonna like pluck the book out of his hands. I have to reconvene with some buddies. And I will hit you up tomorrow. Same time, same place.
He just nods. Okay.
Okay. So, how about a crocodile skin? Do you want one of those?
It's
I'm-
not my department.
Been lugging this around for ages and across an ocean. All right, well, I will be back tomorrow. Does anyone know anything about bronze dragons? Just throwing that out there. Anyone?
You get like a look with that, like an upwards glance from the woman in the stall that's selling like the nobleman's fineries and things like that. That
Oh.
seems to be some kind of recognition, like, yes, I do. But she's not verbalizing it across the room.
Sorry, guys. I know I'm taking up a lot of time. Just this last thing. Let's speed it along so that we can get them back in here.
Oh, I thought
Like,
you were
she just-
actually.
Oh no, these are all important.
Oh, what the fuck? Okay, you know
I-
what I'm gonna do? She
Wait.
like meets the lady's eyes. I'll be back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come back tomorrow. I'm gonna bring some posse. We're gonna convene and we'll make business.
Wait, were you talking to us or were you talking to the actual like merchant people?
She's talking to the black market merchant.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, I thought
like-
you were talking to us. I was like, no, keep role playing.
No. Like Sable will bring you guys. Like, okay, you guys. I'll be back. Be back tomorrow. You guys are still here, right? Like, what are your hours? No. All right. Okay, I'll be back. She's gonna go.
Yeah, so you
Wait, there's a back exit. Do you guys can you show me where that is?
the orc walks up to you and just pats you on the shoulder. First time.
Is it obvious?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Don't talk as much. It helps.
Okay.
Yeah. This is,
You're a lot.
Come with me.
You're a lot more coherent than my friend Drog.
He leads you off of like, so basically you entered in through this staircase and then there's this thing. There's a door, like there's only one other door.
Okay.
And he points it. This leads to the sewer. You head down. Just keep going. All the paths lead out somewhere. But
Okay.
there's so many different splintering paths. Makes for an easy getaway.
Okay, that sounds great. I will be back tomorrow.
Which part of the city are you trying to get to?
I'm trying to get back to oh my god. The open port?
Port District. All right. Straight left, right, left, straight left.
Straight, right, straight, left, straight, left, left.
Yeah, he basically, to your character, he reiterates it a few times. It's like, those are the paths to get directly to the area of the port you want to be.
I'm gonna jot that down on my hand and then walk up. God, that was not wow. Thanks, Kyle. Kyle MVP.
Yeah.
Find that kid, get him a gold and shit. All right, I'm gonna go back to the open port.
Before he leaves, he lets you know his name is Maul.
Maul, like that.
Yeah.
You're cool. Maul. Sweet.
What's your name?
I'm Sable.
Nice to meet you, Sable.
Maul the bouncer.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the
Now,
open.
You talk a lot, so I warn you.
Uh,
If anyone finds out that you tell people about this place, it's your head.
can I tell my friend?
Your friends,
Don't worry, none
as
of them.
long as it's not a lot of friends.
Just two. Yeah, it's just two.
Yeah.
Is that
That's fine.
okay? All right.
I just mean don't be go blabbing it around town.
Oh no.
Us having to move, it's always a pain.
Always a pain. So this is a running thing for you guys.
Oh, there's many different locations throughout the city.
Oh, okay. Right.
This is just the current one.
Got it. Okay. My lips are sealed.
Right.
Okay. I'm gonna go back to the open port.
All right. Yeah, you go back to the open port.
I'm gonna buy a long drink.
Yeah, so you get a drink.
Get a drink.
Yeah, there's a variety of different drinks you can buy. You get whatever you want. Spend however much money you want on drinks. You're looking at like 5 copper for like just refills of like different like basic ales, and then if you're looking for like a full big meal, like specialty meal, it's 5 silver.
All right, I'm gonna spend 4 silver.
Okay.
What is it like? Okay, I meet everyone back up. Sorry that took a while, you guys.
No worries.
That was inadvertent. Okay.
All right.
So I don't know who gets back to the open port first.
Let's just say one of like whoever arrives first. It's pretty short between the 2 times that you guys get there, but you meet up.
Okay. Hey guys, how did that go?
Did you stay here all day?
No.
Pretty interesting. How did yours go?
Well, just kind of looking around, seeing if there's anyone nearby. Can we get like a private-ish booth?
There's no like direct privacy, but you can definitely, speak to your like in a private area, like to yourselves. Like if someone walks by, you can kind of like shut up and then continue your conversation. But you can definitely do it without like people eavesdropping.
Okay, well, we'll do that then. I'm gonna lean in all up close, guys. Get closer. Come here. So I was in the slums and whatever. No big deal, but I think I found a guy or a place where they sell a lot of like unsavory things. I'm wondering where our paladin friend went.
Holy mission.
Oh, right, the Holy Mission. There's like a lot of unsavory products down there, but I think we could get a lot of information from them. Plus, there's someone down there who I feel like I needed for sure. Like, she turns to Matthew. Remember the bitch in the puddle?
Fuck that bitch.
Yeah, I think we can learn more about her from down there. That includes all of the orc stuff, I have a feeling.
Well, we got information on that too, but I'm kind of scared as to what learning about her would entail.
I mean, the guy had an interest in the book that I've been carting around for ages.
I am now really skeptical about learning from that guy, because that is not a good book.
I know.
What book?
Here.
You know what?
Actually,
here you go, Dane.
No. You, and I point at Dane, you of all people cannot look at this. You are too pure. Too good for this.
Is it that bad?
It's that bad. You are too
good.
No.
The minute he said, "Is it that bad?" I actually will open the book to Dane.
No, you don't.
There you go.
It's in my bra. There. You can't do that. It's in my bra.
It is in Sable's inventory. It's not like she brought it out. So, if Sable wants to show him,
no, not Dane. Dane does not look into that. Dane is going to be protected. Dane is a sweet cinnamon roll.
Is this one of your adventures with Havel?
Yes.
Yeah. Look. Look at it this way. If there's anyone in our party who probably could read it because they're under some divine protection, it would be the Pelorian dude.
No, or Paylor is mad that Dane looks at it.
All right.
We don't know.
All right. Now that I know that Paylor might get mad if I witness this book, okay, keep it in there.
Yes, it's not coming out.
But do we know that Pelor would get mad?
But why did we? Okay, frankly,
I want to play that chance.
You never know. There's some weapons down there. And there's a bit of information that I'm after as well. I kind of want to look into, and I just didn't want to pursue anything else without you guys.
I have an idea. That way we're all satisfied. Dane, tonight and or tomorrow, pray to Pelor, see if he'll give you an answer on the whole book thing. If it's a yay, cool. If it's a nay, well, fuck.
Dane doesn't have to look in the book at all. None of us should look in that book.
I'm interested because if there's anyone who's going to give us any insight, it might be Pelor. Pelor is a fucking deity.
Or we sell the book to someone who just knows about stuff, get the information.
But I don't want to sell the book necessarily. That might come in handy later.
Well, how are we going to use it? We just hung out with a paladin.
We don't need to be the ones to use it, but it is something magical. I'm hesitant to sell off magical things.
There's no magic in it. It's just mean. It's just mean.
That is normally magic, because I don't know about you, but words aren't supposed to hurt.
Hey, can I detect evil?
Yeah, you
you can
can.
absolutely detect evil.
Okay, I'm gonna. While they're talking, I'm just gonna, just detect evil.
Around my inventory.
Around Sable's inventory.
Well, I mean, no, it's just the area, right?
Oh, and just the area. Um, you like there's a couple people in the bar that don't look like savory types that
Oh.
like ping you as evil. Not like your typical like I'm a villain, like a lot like chaotic evil, but like your general what you get evil out of people, you see the evil in a few different people in the bar's hearts.
Oh.
You recognize this aura of evil from your different times doing detect evil as like typical cutthroats or like thieves.
So the assholes.
The jerks of the world kind of thing.
Jerk to the world.
But you're not getting any like incredibly strong auras from anyone or from Sable's inventory
Except.
that would depict something like this is a vastly evil object or evil person.
Well, actually, it's just a cone in front of me. Actually,
Oh, it is?
yeah.
Okay, because you said you were looking around.
60-foot cone-shaped emanation.
So if you're looking at Sable and the book doesn't proc,
Is my
there you go.
boob radiating evil?
Yeah, so Sable doesn't radiate evil.
Okay.
The auras you read from other people are what you've experienced from typical unsavory types like cutthroats, but you're not getting any like strong feelings.
See,
Like,
there you
there's a
go.
necromancer in here. Like,
Yeah, like you're
See?
not it's like it's like this is a lich. Like no, this is like a guy who stabbed someone. Like
I stabbed a guy.
See, Sable, nothing evil. And if the old man,
Oh,
in
but
fucking
we
desert
don't
can
know
read
that.
We
We
don't know
don't
that Dane
know
did
that
that.
Dane casted that.
Oh, I thought he was
Wait.
doing that openly.
So I'll like detect evil on her, like on her person, to see if like the book shows up, right?
yeah, the book doesn't show up.
Well, I'll chime in. Well, there's nothing seems to be evil about that book.
There you go.
Yeah, but it's still harmful.
To you, but Dane's different. Dane has a deity backing him. That's why I want
Has-
him to read it.
Has anyone
don't
opened the book?
Yes, an old man in the desert, and he seemed utterly fine. And this was just some crazy old dude in a pile of ruins who was super fanatical about this kind of stuff.
I don't know. Dane, it's up to you if you want to get into it, but I don't want to whip it out right now.
Is it important? Does it hold secrets that we should know?
Well, I can't read it.
We don't know.
I just think this is we can follow your lead tomorrow morning, and you can tell me all about your day, and then we can by night go to that thing because there's a few questions I have to ask someone.
Well, I do have some things to do at the clinic tomorrow, so I think you two can head over there. Just fill me in.
Sable, from what you've gathered, this is not a place open 24/7. This is a nighttime establishment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
okay,
told
yeah,
him.
yeah,
That's
okay.
why after the medic stuff or whatever their day entailed.
Remember, tomorrow, our day is after he's done with the clinic stuff. We have to go scouting for the guilds.
I mean, it is kind of a nighttime thing. We could probably do all of that.
Yeah,
So,
I'm down. I'm down.
Sounds like a full day tomorrow.
Full day.
All right, so there is an inn in the port district of the town, but as you've seen marked on your map, thanks to Kyle, there's more like located throughout the city commons, with two large inns that seem to cater specifically towards adventurers. One closer to the branch office of the Brotherhood, one closer to the office of the Kingsmen.
Oh, we could stay at one of these, and then whichever one we're closest to, we can make that our first stop.
Do you just kind of want to get the pompous assholes out of the way first?
I'm down. Dane, you down?
Let's go.
All right.
So that one, you know where it's at, and it's closer to the nobles.
Blah. Okay.
Mhm. All right.
Of course it is. All right, so we go there and we'll get some room.
Yeah, so a private room that will fit all three of you, if you like to all bunk up together, is going to cost you $4.
I will pay. Damn.
Mhm.
Fucking assholes, man.
Yeah.
Man, I better get a jacuzzi. Like,
Wait. So if we're in a private room, could Dane possibly read the book now?
only if Dane wants to.
Let me pray to my god.
Yeah.
All right. Confirm with the big man upstairs.
So what exactly are you like when you pray? Like, what are you asking for?
Well, first I'm gonna get protection from evil
Okay.
and
All right, nice.
bless
So what
water.
exactly does so what do you do?
Well, the protection from evil just gives me like a +2 on AC and saves, just in case that thing just tries to
Okay.
harm me.
Okay.
It counters mind control, and yeah, stuff like that. And then
I'm
just
gonna.
in case I need to bless water, just to,
Okay. Okay. So blessing water actually requires like material reagents to do.
then I will not do that. Oh wait, no, I have holy. I actually have holy water.
You have physical holy water.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay. No, I don't need blessed water. I just need protection from evil.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pray for remove disease,
Okay.
and then protection from evil, and then I'm going to ask Paylor, can I help? Am I able to help my friends with this so-called dangerous book? Like, is there something I should watch out for, or like a sort of like inclination, like can I do this, or should I not do this?
Give me a sign.
So normally, like you're used to your God not speaking directly to you. As from what you understand from like clerical powers, is gods tend to not do that unless it's a very devout follower, like a very meta-knowledge, like leveled cleric kind of thing. Like that doesn't happen to someone of your status, as like your devotion goes
You're
so
a
far.
measly level 5 devoter.
But a 5.
Now, but you are used to getting a general feeling when you
Mhm.
pray. Much more than like your usual believer of the faith. You get physical powers from your God. And when you start thinking about these questions, asking Kalor, you don't get any inclination he's trying to stop you or forbids you of doing it. But it's not like he's pushing you one way or the other. You're familiar with your God giving you freedom to do what you wish, and you do feel like he doesn't mind if you look at this object.
Hell nah.
Yeah. Nah, bruh.
Nah, bruh.
Yeah, he seems to be totally okay from what you can gather.
All right. Just in case, I will take protection.
Buddy Christ.
All right, cool. Possess the word.
So what I'm giving up for protection, which is a level 1 spell, I'm giving up Shield of Faith. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to use that today.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to give up my Cure Wounds and my Create Food and Water for Remove Disease 2, because I can only cast 2 level 3 spells.
Okay, so do you have a skew material? Oh no, this is arcane components.
That's
If you're a
arcane.
wizard, you're fine. You can just do this. Okay,
Yeah, I can just touch somebody and be like, lay on hands.
Intimate.
like lay on hands.
Yeah.
All right. So you do this in the morning because you can't pray in the night to get it.
Yeah, of course.
So morning rolls around and you cast protection on yourself, and then you're gonna read the book.
Yes.
Okay. So you start scrolling through the book, and for like a vast majority of the stuff you're going through, this just seems like, from what you can gather, dark rituals of kind, like how to bind lesser evil planar creatures, different like notes and reagents for potions, spells, poisons, a lot of general wizardy knowledge that you would almost see more of like a shaman, like a dark shaman kind of do.
Oh, I don't know if this book is magical, so can I just take Read Magic?
Yeah, you could take read magic, and you
Okay.
could use read magic over like the course of this.
Okay, just in case.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like I said, you're going through that. Specifically, the binding ritual that's in here is catered specifically to. I'm gonna fuck up the name again. Let me look up the name really quick because it's like
Head bitch.
I like the name Head Bitch.
this is what the name is in like the book.
What a
Head
ghoul
bitch.
is?
Yeah, let me pull up an image real quick.
Oh, shit.
Varguil.
Ratatouille?
That's what I thought.
Skullfuckery.
Bitch puddle.
Is it French?
I don't know how you would name this thing. Let me have
It sounds like it'd be Varguil.
Sounds
So
like
this is the image that's posted and like kind of roughly sketched into the book.
Oh, Legend of Zelda Keys.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
fought those. Those
fought
were
those.
annoying.
Yes, they were freaking annoying.
It lays out like a rough idea of what these can do, and how once one is brought into the mortal plane.
Dane, you can read that?
Yeah, you could have read it too. It's all in common. This part is in common.
Oh.
This part is in common.
It's just the stuff that I happen to read.
The stuff that you flip to is not.
So I was just bad luck.
Are you guys looking over my shoulder?
What?
Are they like looking over my shoulder as I like read? Like
I'm not. I'm letting you do your thing.
Yeah. So you get a basic idea of these things in this creature, like if it makes contact in a certain kind of way, which the book doesn't specifically say, just like vaguely outlines, like it can make more of them in the mortal plane and just spawn them by using like consuming the souls of other living creatures, particularly like humans and other enlightened races. Now you get kind of comfortable reading through this, and you get to the middle of the book. And that's when I need you to make me a will save.
Sweet, I get a +2, right?
Yes, you do. And will is something you're like really good at as a cleric.
Let's hope so. The first
Nat
roll,
one.
the first roll of the fucking session.
All right, clench your ass cheeks.
I'm so
Nat
fucking
20.
scared.
Oh.
Okay,
Damn.
yeah, absolutely. You feel something assault your mind, and you keep it at bay.
Fuck your assault.
What you're reading is a language that is not a human language. It's not a language of this plane. It's not even a word that you're reading. The best way to describe it is, God, how can I describe it? You know, in Warhammer, they actually have a word for this. It's called an unword. It's not particularly a word, but you can read it as one. Like, you can sound out the vowels, but your mind doesn't register it.
Okay.
As a piece of text. But somehow your brain's able to comprehend it. And because your brain's able to comprehend even like the roughest layer of it, you feel this mental assault.
Ah.
There's only a little bit in it, and you seem in common around that letter is don't read this word. Like there seems to be warnings about the piece of text written here. And there's in common as well, it mentions that this is high abyssal. Like this word is a one consonant of one's whatchamacallit, not pronunciation, not a vowel. What's when you break a word down into multiple different parts? Syllable. Yeah, it's one syllable of one type of word in high abyssal.
Headcanon says it's dicks.
Now,
Dane?
do you try to read this aloud, or do you only mentally read?
No, I'm gonna mentally read it because I don't want. I'm gonna take as much precaution as possible. Just I'll keep it to myself. I took that hit, and I feel like I'll be fine. I think.
Dane, are you good?
Yeah, I was not expecting that.
Right? Freaking right?
Is there anything in this page that isn't like that? That's also important, or is just that?
So it's just that one on that current page. When you flip the next page, it talks about that when high abyssal words are strung together into full sentences, they can have devastating effects in the.
So, like, if spoken, things will happen.
If spoken, they're like words of power. You've seen wizards cast spells before, and they say magic words that aren't really words, but they do cause magical effects. What you can gain from what the description of this is the, demonic version of that.
I want to let them know. I'll be like, all right, I'm not gonna try to sound
Says
this
your
out.
mom, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it seems like this is a sort of word that helps cast something.
Yeah, every vibe you're getting from what you've read in this book is it's dark magic.
You were not kidding.
Yeah, it's no bueno, right?
I'm gonna keep looking through the book then.
So as far as like everything you're getting, if you're trying to gain any of this knowledge for yourself, then I'll go into more detail. But if you're just generally like just trying to read it and see if there's any more interesting information, we can just skim over that.
Yeah, just information. I'm not like particularly remembering anything. I just know that I have to brace myself.
Okay, yeah. So that's the only bit of high abyssal that you're able to find in the book.
Oh, thank God.
Everything else seems to just be like general dark rituals, And a lot of the stuff you also find in there seems to be about like how to do proper sacrifices to dark gods, how to gain favor with certain things, as well as how to traverse and find uh, her like portal that she used to get into her pocket dimension. There seems to be a section in there that vaguely describes it being as a space in between planes.
So this
And
is
that's
more of
actually-
like an instruction manual.
Sort of. This almost is more like a spell book,
Okay.
but more one that's meant for someone who's like a fledgling still trying and hasn't consolidated spells into a specific book.
Well, I'm gonna close the book. Take a deep breath.
You okay?
In the wrong hands, this will be very lethal to people.
You think we shouldn't sell it?
I think we should destroy it.
I think we should keep it much more than destroy it.
Well, I will not be around that, please.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Just know
Keep
that.
it-
Just don't give it to someone who might misuse it.
Yeah, keep in mind that Sable and I came from that dimension. That dimension was weird.
Super awkward.
He grabs at his arm where he got bit, and I'm like,
All I
Yeah,
remember
that-
is us getting yanked in there because we were fucking idiots and tied ourselves together.
that was the worst.
Oh, Havel.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyway, I'm gonna put the book away. So maybe we should just hang on to it.
Well,
I would say so, yes.
at least we know where it is if it's with us.
Yeah, instead of handing it off to that dude. But I still want to go back down there.
Fair enough, we'll wait till nighttime, but I'm assuming this is the morning since Jojo prayed for all that stuff, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
this is
he's
nice.
already prayed. He's cast read magic and protection for him. So-
Okay, so do
So-
you want to head over to your clinic-y stuff, or do you want to do the guild stuff?
We can do both.
Got it.
You guys just fill me in.
Will do.
All right, we'll meet back here whenever we're done.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So we'll do you first, Dane, because it's real quick. You go over there, you meet up with the man you were talking to yesterday, and he guides you through to like getting everyone fixed up. There's a small morning routine. He asked if you wants to do the morning routine, or you just want to like cast your spells and go.
I'll just cast my spells and go because they were specifically looking for remove disease, right?
Yeah. So did you take two of them or only one of them?
I took 2.
You took 2. Okay. So you cast both of your remove diseases. The infection seems to be purged from both subjects' bodies. You get a lot of thanks from them. Both seem to be very happy with you, and they. Rocky mentions like if you're ever around town, you see him, just give him a shout. He'll buy you a drink or something. Then the farmer thanks you and mentions that if you ever want a home cooked meal in town, just come up to the farmhouses of in the Gold Tree Estates and look for him, and he'll get you a home cooked meal.
It was Rocky, the guard, and
And then just a general like a farmer.
Gold Tree Farmer. Oh, Gold Tree Farmer, yeah.
Yeah, a farmer affiliated with the Gold Trees, House Gold Tree.
Rocky the guard. It's my pleasure. I hope you both feel well soon.
I'm absolutely going to feel better, Rocky says to you. In fact, I'm probably not going to report back until a little later in the day. Get a day to myself on my feet. They don't need to know I'm better yet. He gives you a pat on the arm. Heads out.
Relatable.
I can totally agree with that. Your wellness is better than guard duty.
He gives you a smile and a salute as he leaves.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then you can head back to the party.
Yep. Well, yeah, I'll catch up with them.
Yeah, so you catch up to him. So that only took like maybe 20-30 minute detour. It was very quick. Because that was more in the city commons and near like the outskirts of the town where they're going deeper into the city. So just travel time is what makes up the difference since it was a pretty short interaction there. Like you were in and out in 10 minutes.
You?
All right, so you guys are going to which
We're
Guildhall
closest.
first.
We're closest to the Kingsman.
So you're going to the Kingsman. Okay.
Okay.
Um,
Sable, I don't think I need to mention, but please play nice.
Ah, okay. Hate people.
I know, and you hate these people in particular. If something happens, just start to doodle. Can you do that?
She's already pulling out her sketchbook. All right.
Okay. Fuck.
So what you're looking at when you get there is what you've seen in the past is what looks like a large inn. Is what like the general outside of the building looks like. And as you walk in front of you directly, there's a desk with a guild attendant there, and then to the left side, it seems to be like a lot of tables, meeting places, and like a kind of a general bar area, and then leading into an upstairs area that seems to be, from like a cursory glance, either meeting rooms or restrooms. And when I say restrooms, I don't mean like a bathroom. I mean more like a place to sleep and things like that.
I'm like, I'll
Ah.
be in the meeting room. It's fine.
Yeah. And then there seems to be a decently well dressed and like not, I wouldn't say nobleman's level clothes, but definitely finery, sitting at the guild clerk's desk. And he's smiling as you walk in. Welcome. He gives you a wave.
Hello. I wave back.
I grunt.
First time I've seen you in here. Are you new to the guild or looking to sign up?
More like surveying the territory. We just came in from down south because we heard you guys have an orc problem.
Ah, you must be one of the people that came in from Sea's Rest. We did get a couple notifications from that there was some people from that capitalized on that finder's fee.
Indeed, they did. I'm Matthew Greywind, and I show him my weird passport. Tell him, yeah, son of Sea's Rest and the most recent victor for their tournament. He kind of gleans a little bit because he's kind of happy about that.
Oh, we're happy to have you.
So, what can you tell me is going on in terms of general, I don't know, relief efforts for whatever happened? I hear Hyde talk about basically Marcia point for all this.
Well, if you take the quests that we have provided to work with Gardensworth and take out the orcs, then yeah, you would go talk to Marcia. But in order to do that, got to get our contracts.
And I'm assuming contracts are only got if you sign up.
Well, for this one, yes. We do have some freelance contracts if you're interested.
Interesting. Okay. Now that's good to know. I'm assuming, much like the other guilds, you would be the person we would talk to get our commendations verified, things of that nature.
If you were to sign up, yes.
Ah, got it. That is also a sign-up thing. Alrighty then. Well, thank you much.
So, what are you guys all about? Like, what do you, as far as like missions go, what do you guys prioritize exactly?
Well, we do everything. Anyone in Bredon and some of the surrounding towns, and as well as throughout Turek. Someone's got a quest, they come to us.
Like any kind of quest?
Just about any, yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Not too long ago, someone had to go out further west for a boule.
What?
A
Bless
boule.
you.
Bootleg?
No, a boule is think of a giant, and he kind of like wiggles his arms like it's like a burrowing creature. It's huge.
Okay. So, you take on any mission, big or small, any at all.
If we feel the adventurer's up for the task, we can send him out.
Okay.
And the best part about ours, the Bredonite Kingsmen, we get some quests directly from the royal family sometimes. They're a little selective on the adventurers that they take on the jobs, but, it is a quest from the king.
Right.
We also sell weapons and armor and teach different spears techniques.
Spears in particular?
Oh, yeah. Nothing's better than a Bredonite spearsman.
Nothing, huh?
Oh, yeah. That's what our cities are known for. And one of the old captains who used to teach the soldiers how to use their spears decided to join up with the guild. Now he teaches adventurers.
Okay. Well, do you have like a pamphlet?
No, we don't have any kind of pamphlets. But if you have any questions, just come talk to me and I'll help you out.
Okay.
Could
Sign
I
up with a
can
prime account. You can get your questions in 2 days.
can I well, I mean, I showed you my ID. What's your name?
I always hate
Greg
this part
too.
I hate this part of whatchamacallit, D&D, where everyone's like, what's the name? And I'm like, blah.
Peter.
Schmitty.
Schmitty.
Richard.
Call me Schmitty.
Everyone just calls me Dick.
Yeah.
Okay. And she's gonna straighten up. So, why should we join with your guild? You know, instead of the others. What makes your guild stand out?
Oh, well, everything I just mentioned. Get quests from the king. You can learn some great spearcraft. We do have discount deals with different merchants in the towns, but I think the Brotherhood's got that as well. Dawnstrider definitely doesn't have that one, though.
Wah, wah, wah.
Overall, it's just a good guild.
Just
We got
to-
offices all over Turek. So if you sign up with us, you can get anything verified through us. Also, we have the most freelance jobs through us.
Okay. I kind of look at Matthew. Looks like we got the information we needed. So
Yeah.
we're going to have a look around and we'll get back to you.
All right. Well, if you need anything, I'll be here.
Yep. All right. We're gonna leave.
He's so perky.
Well, money'll do that.
Good lord. I see why, though. Like, they have some really great resources. I get it. You get a mission
Here's
from the
the-
king. That's probably some really good points on your license.
Well, here's the thing, and I don't know if it's restrictive purely if you only sign up. I think you mentioned it is. What if instead of committing to any of the three, we just do freelance for all of them?
Yeah, I get that, but there are certain. I see the point of joining up with. There are certain perks and.
Yeah, but you have to figure that even if you do freelance, you still make a name for yourself. So it can't be, say Joe Schmo #1 happens to be signed up with the guild and he's a full member, all right? Let's just assume that. And then we come in and obviously Joe Schmo doesn't make the cut and the guild happens to kick it over to us and we manage to ace it even as a freelancer. That's still kind of, I mean, you'd still imagine we make a name for ourselves and they might decide, hey, maybe these people really are up to snuff and maybe the king might want to take a look at them even if they are only freelancers.
Well, let's convene with Dane, see what he thinks.
Could be. Yeah, we'll wait.
And let's talk to the others. I want to know all my options first.
All right, next is Broken Wood.
Blackwood.
Brotherhood
of the Blackwood.
Let's check it out.
Affirmative action, the clan. Got it.
Yeah. So you, Jesus Christ. So you get, you wait a little bit. Dane shows up, and you can start heading out to the Brotherhood if you like, or if you want to talk first, go for it.
What I miss?
Not too much.
Yeah,
How's
did the spiel.
Yeah, we spiel.
All right, so you spiel to him while you're going to the next place, and you go in, and this one's more closer to the city commons, like right smack dab, almost in the center of the city, not too far away actually from the market district.
Nice.
Yeah. You notice these are on your map as well. So
Yes, because I
from
do want to
Kyle.
buy arrows.
Yes. All right.
So we go on in.
Welcome.
Thanks. Hi.
So this one's set up not too different than the last one, but you can kind of tell this one's a little more rough in place. The furniture around seems to be dragged from different areas. Like it looks like they're all of different qualities. From what you've heard, that this was a guild that's done a lot of acquisitions to kind of make themselves larger to kind of get themselves the same status as the Kingsmen. It shows in their guild hall.
You mean there's no charcuterie?
What? I missed that. What?
Charcuterie is like a little hors d'oeuvres. Think hors d'oeuvres.
They're hors d'oeuvres. Okay.
With like
Yeah,
cheese,
like the cheese, dried meats, and wine.
maybe
okay.
finger sandwiches.
Okay, yeah. I guess I'm a classless swine. I didn't know.
We actually have a charcuterie platter at my work.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yes.
We are
but
but
yeah,
peasants.
so
Sometimes I crave spiced meats. You know.
it's set up pretty similar as far as like the general layout. Those things are in different locations, but the furniture and just the general layout doesn't look like it's as prim and proper as the Kingsman was.
So it's a little more rustic.
Yeah, a little more rustic. Still very respectable establishment. In fact,
Sable.
nicer than what you've seen in Sea's Rest and generally around Tutorial Isles.
Sable's just gonna be a little more comfortable.
Okay.
Hi, we're new in town, and we came in from Sea's Rest from shebang. We're looking to join a guild and kind of get information on.
Well, we're the ones for you then. We're pretty standard from what you've experienced as another adventuring guild. Especially the branch out in Sea's Rest. Greg's a good guy.
Oh,
Matthew's gonna crack the biggest fucking grin.
Greg.
he is.
I like you.
We know Greg too much
Intimately.
intimately.
Somewhat
So-
than most.
Oh, that's interesting that you know Greg. That's cool. So, I know that like Kingsmen get a lot of benefits being the Kingsmen. Like, you guys are also pretty widespread, though.
We're pretty widespread. We've done a lot of acquisitions throughout the country, throughout Turk for a while. Trying to absorb as many of the smaller guilds as possible so we can compete with the Kingsmen. Due to that, though, we have a lot more mercenary work than you would from the Kingsmen.
Merc work.
Yeah. Basically, mercenary work is something more along the lines of you don't have to sign up with the guild, but it's also not the most glamorous of positions. Guard duty, escorts, things along those lines. You're still held to the same standard, and the guild will hunt you down if you ever make a fool of us, but that's how it goes. There's also jobs like the one I'm doing right now. If you want to be a guild attendant for the day, you can. I'm just filling in for the usual guy. Normally, I'm an adventurer. You.
Called out sick.
Oh, you're an adventurer too?
Yep.
Rad.
Name's Hannibal.
Hannibal. That's cool.
Do you eat people?
I was just about to ask.
Did you ask that directly, or are you like, meta joke?
No, meta joke.
Meta joke? Yeah. Oh yeah, totally eats people. Absolutely.
Cool.
Nice
Hannibal
to-
Lecter.
We're leaving.
Well, no, I want
We
to see
are
the
leaving.
charcuterie.
You know? That's what's in the charcuterie.
What's in the jerk?
All right.
So nice to meet you, Hannibal. So you guys do mostly mercenary work and
Well, we have other jobs too. Not just all mercenary. Just more than what the Kingsman offers. If you go and decide to be unsigned with them, you're gonna be dealing with a much smaller list of jobs you can take. With us, it's larger. But like any guild, it's best to join.
right.
I only joined a few months ago, and it was worth it.
What made you choose this over the other guilds?
They don't offer free room and board.
At this, she's like, they offer free room and board.
Now,
I
how
mean,
about
it's a
dental?
basic meal per day per adventurer. If you want extra stuff, you gotta pay for it. But the fact that I can always come here and I got a warm bed or a warm hearth I can sleep at, it is first come, first serve. Definitely worth it.
Dane's got a point. Do you have dental?
Pablo.
They don't even have dental.
They don't even have dental. All right. Well, great. Do you guys have a brochure? She's gonna ask everyone.
He smiles. No brochure.
All right. Thought I'd ask. Well, anyway, thanks for the information.
Hey, no problem. If you want to take a load off, you can go sit down over there. And the bar over there, there is different meats and cheeses you can order if you want just snacks.
They do have charcuterie.
Yay!
God damn it.
I'm good for now, but thanks for the info. I turn to the party. Should we go find the Dawn Strider
The Dawn
place?
Striders.
Yeah, let's go find them.
I'm
Team
gonna-
Instinct!
Yeah, you go to Team Instinct.
Let's go to Instinct.
Yeah, so Dawn Strider is located in like the bordered area between like the outskirts of town, the slums, and the commons.
It's held in this dude's mom's basement.
Yeah. The bar like slash tavern, it's one of the smaller bars. It's actually called the Dawn Strider.
Oh,
Oh,
It's a bar and tavern, and it's very similar to what you've experienced in Starton.
oh, okay. So very, very low key.
Yeah, it's if you were to like your base bar at Starton was pretty similar to this guy.
Nice. Okay. So like,
And there seems to be a couple people who are starting their morning off right with a cup of ale inside.
I
So
like
quiet.
this place.
Yeah, it's not just you can tell it's not just a guild hall. It's also
so I approach the guy who is
bartending. Functionally.
definitely polishing glasses.
Yeah, he's absolutely polishing glasses. Every bartender scenario is always perpetually polishing a cup with his shirt.
Hi.
Hello.
So are you one of the people who works guild stuff?
Ah, you here to join Dawn Strider?
We're here to consider our options.
Well, we're always willing to accept new people. We're a family, you know.
Oh. Oh, okay. So, what makes you guys not want to join up with thing?
It's exactly what I just said. It's a family thing, you know. The people who have been venturing here have been adventuring together for a long time. You know, I started adventuring a long time ago before family, and then started up this place. I'm the guild master, actually.
Oh,
Oh.
so you got shot in the knee and then just settled down.
Settled down, and you know, the first members were people that I used to adventure with, and those ones after that were people that they met along the way, and you know, everyone knows someone.
So, what are you guys all about? What kind of missions do you give out?
I'll be honest with you, as it would be a big boon to have 3 new adventurers join us, but I understand. You're young, you're looking for adventure, so you're not going to find the best stuff. We'll get the big contracts that come through Bredon, but our only office is here. Which means you're going to have to pay a larger fee if you do something throughout Turek to come back to us so we can get it verified.
Gotta work on your marketing.
Now, we stay mostly local.
Okay.
You know, there's plenty of issues with different farmers and some places that occasionally you have to deal with goblins and hobgoblins along the way. Occasionally an owlbear here or there, maybe a dire animal, and, you know, just like every other large guilds that get them, whenever the orcs act up or whenever there's pirates or bandits, our guys jump on it.
Hmm.
We're also willing to take some missions that the other larger guilds aren't willing to take, like research missions and other escort things, like official escorts, not just mercenary escorts.
Official escorts?
Yeah, so the difference between a mercenary and official escort is the work's the same, but it's paid differently. Mercenary, you actually have to pay the mercenary contract up front, just in case you renege on the agreement, run off, and take care of goods. With us, you don't have to pay anything. Once you're signed up, you can go do the job.
Do you
Our
guys
reputation will be on the line, but anyone who's willing to join us probably wants to join in for good reasons.
do like freelance?
Very little freelance work. Most people don't come into us, but when it is, it's pretty down and out individuals.
Wah, wah.
The last one that came in seemed to be a father who's trying to get out of some bad debt with a loan shark, and he was worried they were going to attack him, so we had some guard duty for him. He wasn't able to pay much, but he gave us what he could, and we did it for a heavy discount. Practically free.
Wow. Really kind of you guys. Jeez. Kind of look at the other party members. Wow. Yikes.
Look, maybe the reason why we're so like low on membership is because we're not trying to actively sell and recruit new members. If people want to join, it's because they actually are passionate.
No, I know they don't have dental. I see. Well, we definitely can respect
Uh,
that. Do you have a brochure or anything like that?
No, we don't have a brochure. Unfortunately.
All right. Just thought I'd ask. Nice to read.
Wouldn't it be cool if
But
they're the
if
only
you're
ones
interested,
with the
I can write
brochure?
down every important detail if you give me a little time.
No, don't worry about it. Don't trouble yourself. We're good. I'll have a drink though.
Absolutely.
I'll buy a drink.
First one's on the house.
I'd really rather pay for it.
He gives
really?
you the drink but doesn't take your coin.
I'd really rather. Sir, here's a tip.
All right,
Like,
if it'll make you happy. He
5
takes
silver.
He takes the drink.
okay.
Nope, it's only 3 silver here. I can give you 2.
5 silver.
Jesus Christ, this guy does not know how to make money. Fuck. Lord.
He sucks at marketing and business both. He's like, oh, if you want adventure, don't come here. You won't get any benefits, and we do everything for free. But it's, because we care.
Oh, he is the
boy.
most noble of anyone I've met, but Jesus.
We're not going to get anywhere with this guild, you guys.
We just like to help people, eh?
Great. What is your roster made of? 12 Canadian monks, all who have taken the vow of poverty.
Dude, that's an army.
That is crazy. Yeah.
Actually, don't underestimate those guys.
Never underestimate Val Poverty monks.
Well, I definitely respect Dawn Strider. I will be a frequenter of their bar. What do you guys think? Do you want to join Dawn Strider?
I'm gonna look at her just once.
I think we should discuss this somewhere where...
No, we're not in front of them when we say that.
yeah.
We're not.
You guys go to a table and talk. There's like a corner table you can get to and just kind of generally.
So I do think I'm gonna be a regular here. This guy's freaking money. I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys want to join Dawn Strider?
I'm gonna look at her once.
Dane?
I think I think...
So do we like Kingsman or Blackwood better?
Ugh.
I feel like we would get a lot more, if assuming we're even, because you know how we are, we would get more out of Kingsman, but I don't know, man.
I mean, the guy at the desk seemed fine. I didn't see anyone inside the tavern itself, but who knows? I'm thinking that with Kingsman, we're gonna get quality work. Whereas Blackwood, it's gonna be quantity work. I mean, you heard it's a lot of merc stuff.
Yeah. And
So-
I don't know if I'm down to clown for just merc stuff. Dane, what do you think?
Well, if we do want to increase our renown by quite a lot, I think the quality of the work is what'll show.
So we have to go to Kingsman. I know.
Just because we have to go to Kingsman does not mean we will become a Kingsman.
Yeah.
I think we have to throw our hat into the ring of Kingsman. Probably.
Though, to be fair, I really like Dawn Strider.
Is it because of the bar?
It's because it reminds me of how I met Sable and Havel.
Struggling
Yeah,
and poor
yeah, but look where it got us.
and drunk.
Well, that too. But there really is
Just
something
saying.
behind traveling with family. I mean, that's kind of what made us us.
But they don't have dental.
I know they don't. This just makes me sad.
But I wonder if, I don't know, maybe we could jazz them up a little bit. Like, encourage them to branch out and actually charge people. god, he doesn't even charge people.
Well, at this point, it's either do we need to help other people or do we need to like what is our out what are we looking at to do here? Do you
Okay,
want
Help
at Dane's question, Sable's gonna look at him and be like, "Oh my god, I don't even know what I'm about."
Well, I mean, my whole goal was to adventure and see the world and,
I don't know
travel.
if we can see the world from Dawnstrider so much as if we joined Dawnstrider, we were gonna have to like make them see the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this would have to be really hard. It's going to be building from the ground up.
Yeah. Like seeing the world, like helping locals, Dawnstrider's definitely. But seeing the world, I don't think so. Like, we're definitely gonna have to fund it ourselves. Because the guy won't even take my freaking first drink.
well, we do run into a lot of boats frequently. Let's just not sink the next one.
Okay, well, how much gold do we have on hand?
You wanna, like, invest in Dawnstrider?
I mean, yes?
I
I
don't
think-
know.
I think we could flip this place around if we only taught them how to fuck to make money.
Does he want to, though?
I don't know. I mean, there has to be a
I mean, she
He
pulls out the
refused-
wallet. We have, like, 600 gold and 6,000 silver.
I forgot about that.
You have 6,000 silver.
We have 6,000 silver. He's never really exchanged it.
Okay.
They've been distracted, you know?
So, I mean, does this place look run down as shit?
Actually, no.
Really?
Everything looks like it's pretty on the level.
As far as a bar goes, as far as a guild goes?
Both.
Oh.
Yeah. It doesn't look run down. It just doesn't. It's not as large as the other two.
Do you want to ask the gentleman some questions? Maybe see what he wants for his guild? Because if he wants more, then that's all good and dandy. But if he's cool as is, then I don't know if we should invest in that he's not, 100% gung-ho for, you know what I mean?
Hey, Pops, what do you want for your guild?
What do I want?
Yeah, like what are you working toward here?
Well, I guess in the long term, eventually spread all across Turek is, for one. Everyone here, I'd like to think that the adventures that we have in our guild are stronger than any of the other. At least as far as raw personality and general strength.
Raw personality. I take a look around. What do I see?
Oh, dear God.
Is there a guy picking his toe? I was thinking like a guy's picking his toe with like his dagger, and like someone's flossing and using like his stein as a mirror. Like I don't know, what does he mean by raw personality? How raw are we talking?
So, he goes into like just like descriptions of a couple members, and the general vibe you get from these people is they are family, but none of them are using traditional like fighting styles. Like there's one or two of them that are just like, I like big swords, but others are like chain whip fighters, dual wielding people with scimitars.
Jesus
like,
Christ!
People who use like exotic swords like falchions. There's a duelist there. There's a shadow dancer.
I'm sorry, what?
If Luke was here, this is where I would be.
I know a duelist, a shadow dancer.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's
just a
describing,
lich.
like people like a woman, a female dancer who uses like these cool curved swords and can disappear into shadow. Like he's,
And this gentleman's just, like, oh yeah, he's totally an arcane archer once in a while, but he likes to dabble in,
He
like
likes to cross
eldritch
class.
knighthood. Like,
Raw
what
personality.
you're getting to get an idea, he is describing an anime guild.
we're joining. You guys, what do you think?
Yeah.
Oh
Where the
my
fuck
fuck.
Is this the equivalent to like the cafeteria in Moore Park?
This is the Now, guys,
But right now,
do we go to the university or do we stay in Moore Park cafeteria? But there are interesting possibilities.
currently all of our teams are out doing the main quest, quelling orcs. But, you know, if you're interested in joining and you want to stay till later in the evening when they come back, you'll get to meet some of them.
That would be a great idea.
I think we should meet some anime. I mean, people. We should meet some people. All right, you know what? If you don't mind us hanging out until nighttime, that's pretty rad, actually. If Dane and Matthew are down,
I'm down.
plus Don Strider's a cool.
We're gonna-
Enrique's probably thinking, "Oh shit, why are they taking this route?"
No, I tried to give every foreseeable option
Yeah.
of like what you guys would want.
Okay,
So the Bread Knight Kingsman, like as far as the country of Turret goes, that's gonna get you the most renown.
okay,
If you're looking for jobs as well as branch out material, then you need to go to Blackwood.
okay.
If you're looking for extra, it's Dawn Strider.
Bitch, we know what we are. All right, let's hang out and find out.
Yeah.
Team
So
instinct.
it's still like morning, right? So
Oh.
like, it's gonna take some time before evening, and you there is the market in town as well.
I gotta buy some arrows.
Let's go.
Actually, I don't because I still have all 40 regular arrows.
Let's not.
We
I
can
have
just say
12
we
fire arrows left.
we can say we time warp. I mean, we don't have any pending till nighttime. This is kind of our last stop.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and do a time warp. So you guys, people start filtering in throughout the day. Are you just like constantly like buying food, hanging out, drinking, just like loitering the entire day?
Anything
can
to
do
give
that.
him more money.
We are
Yeah, how
funding
much,
him.
are you intending to consume as far as things go?
What?
5,000 silver.
He can't afford that. I don't think he has enough food
He
for
probably doesn't have enough for like 1,000 meals.
that. He's probably just like, didn't know.
Yeah.
I guess, I don't know, like solid lunch and dinner, and then drinks, like snacks in between, like
Yeah, give him 5 gold.
nice.
Just throw 5 gold out.
All right,
Well, that's how much it'll be for everything.
all right, we do it.
Oops, 1 gold hopped out of the bag. My bad.
My bad. You should keep that. You need it.
All right.
Oh, first one's on me. Don't do that, sir. That's your first problem.
Yeah.
All right, so we wait around. We're
Yeah,
loitering.
so you wait around. Entries were coming in. They're loud, friendly, boisterous people. First one who comes in is a team of 3. One guy has a rapier on his hip. The other one seems to have like hardened leather armor, but then he has this like metal shoulder guard that has a spike chain wrapped around from the right shoulder to the left hip.
Damn.
The other one seems to be wielding a staff, but isn't wearing like tight padded armor, like almost like tight leather armor. You can't tell if this guy is someone who fights with the staff or like a monk. He's a caster of some sort. They seem to talk to the barkeep for a while, who throughout the day you actually know his name turns out to be Strider.
Oh!
His name actually ends up being Strider.
That's a cool name.
They talk to him. You overhear their conversation down. They're not trying to hide their conversation in this bar, and you do end up overhearing a little bit of important information, depending on the quest here in Bredon. That their area, the bit that sticks out to you is that the area Marcia gave them today seemed to be pretty ripe with orcs, and they hunted down a bit, and they're still looking forward to going out tomorrow and finding more. But they only really had 2 decent battles today. Throughout that conversation, more people start funneling in. This next group is a group of 4. 2 people with like just giant like 2-handed swords on their backs come in, as well as 1 female character comes in with like loose fitting like almost like robes and dancer attire, and she seems to have 2 curved daggers on her hips, but they're like holstered in the lower back area of her gown.
Jesus.
They don't lie.
And then the other one is a very clearly obvious like wizard character. This one's also female. She seems to be wearing thigh-high boots, a purple robe that seems to be split down one leg, has a big wizardy pointy hat, and seems to be carrying a blackwood staff with a purple crystal on it.
Yes, the black mage.
Yeah, clear the back.
Yes. Does she have materia?
No, she's not a materia.
Thought I'd ask.
How many belts is she wearing?
How many belts?
30 belts.
Actually, just zippers this time.
They're all zippers.
They're zippers, and lately plaid. Plaid's a thing now. Whole lot of plaid.
The next group to come in seems to be a strange bunch. Like one's very clearly like a roguish looking character in like black leather armor, and then a very obvious looking battle cleric, and it's just the two of them.
Nice.
As everyone starts meeting up, they all seem to be having like loud conversations, drinking, and immediately just partying functionally.
Oh,
Oh, look
party.
at
Yeah.
Guys, let's party with the anime characters. We can be class 1A.
Yeah, so if you're gonna go out and start trying to like and party with them, they readily accept you into the group to just start drinking and having a good time.
Oh my god, you guys.
Yeah, we
I know they
partied.
don't have dental.
I mean, I'll drink water and enjoy them enjoying themselves.
Enjoy.
You thoroughly enjoy yourself with drinking and partying with these guys?
Well, I'm not drinking with them. I'm drinking next to them, water.
With water.
Okay, that's fine, yeah.
I'm-
So, because I'm not going to be basically playing, how many characters
No,
is that?
I will not make you do
9
that.
anime characters?
Why would we make you do that?
I can't
Do
roleplay
it.
9 anime characters at once. I'm not that good.
No,
No, I have to.
no one can do that.
Oh, my Vic Mignogna.
He's a dick.
Dick
Great
Mignogna.
voice actor. But he's
Great
a
voice
dick.
actor, yeah. I've heard stories.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
But no, these guys all seem to be fairly competent adventurers of varying levels of skill. But overall, it seems just to be a pretty run-of-the-mill group of adventuring. Like, if you had more people in Starton, this is probably what it would feel like.
Feels.
Yeah.
It feels like home.
I don't know, guys. What do you think?
I can
Do you
see.
think we could like make something out of them?
I can see the raw
We're
personality.
giving
of
ourselves a
talking
whole
about.
lot of credit, acting like we can do anything for them. Frankly, we'd be lucky to have any guild at this point. We're assholes. We're losers, you guys. Seriously.
You know, when I wrote this guild, I was thinking of Fairy Tale because I wanted to do this for Anthony.
I see it now.
Yeah.
Well, Anthony's lost.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure Matthew wouldn't mind going to a guild hall that's also a tavern, and the guild master who's
Dang.
also the bartender.
Dane, what do you think?
I do like the sincere connection all these people have.
It seems really personal, you know? Like, kind of nice and intimate.
But I stand with my opinion earlier. If we do want renown, if we do want quality over quantity, it would have to be the first two guilds.
Yeah, we
But-
would have to work a lot harder to get the missions that, you know.
But
we'll
working
get.
hard is our group's agenda.
Yeah, and I mean, you overheard what they were talking about earlier. They're still working under Marcia, and maybe the guildmaster wasn't lying when he said the people here tend to be a little bit stronger than the other guild. Quality over quantity. They have 12 people, or 9 people, but all 9 of these people obviously are specialized in some way that maybe the other guilds aren't. The other guilds seem like more run-of-the-mill mercs and just general work. I mean, for fuck's sake, there was an adventurer working the clerk desk.
It does seem like the other guilds will attract a lot more people. And I don't know, she's gonna look around at like these crazy extra people and be like, there's gotta be something about this place that made them join, you know what I mean?
We can interview.
I mean, is it
Yeah, if you want to try to like grab one of these guys to talk to him.
Sure.
Yeah. So who are you trying to grab? Or like anyone?
Whoever the DM feels like playing today.
All right, absolutely.
I'm down for whoever. We can like maybe Sable can be tipsy and grab the nearest arm. Hey, I want to talk. Give me a second.
All right, yeah. So you grab the guy with the chain, the spike chain.
Oh, the extra one. Got it.
Yeah.
Hi. Oh, hi. Whoa. Do you have a second? We're like looking for a guild. We're trying to get our options. We just want to pick at your brain a little bit.
All right. Well, you should join this one. And he pulls up a chair next to yours, but he kind of like perches on the chair, like his feet are on where you sit, and then his butt is on the base of like the back part of the chair.
Oh yeah. Oh. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
And he leans in and puts one of his hands like heavily on like his right knee, and then like leans forward into the party to talk to you.
Hi. So, we should join this guild for like why though?
Because we're the best.
Around?
No one's ever gonna bring us down.
I fucking. I'm not happy about that one. You're just
no one
the
fights
best.
harder than us. No one gets drunker harder than us.
Whoa,
We have a good time.
Matthew, stop it.
I really like this place.
What are your goals for this place? Like, do you think that this place is gonna get bigger, or are you cool with it being as is?
You're asking a lot of heavy questions, so I'll answer you truthfully. You know, this place is about family. Everyone here is close, and we all stick out for each other. If you come calling, we'll come running.
This was really sweet. Sable's getting all choked up because she's tipsy.
Look,
And
we've
she's
only been
emotional.
in Bredon as far as the guild goes for, I don't know. I think the guild was established, 10 years ago? Not that long. But given time, more adventurers, we'll grow. We go all over Turek. In fact, a few of our members currently aren't in Bredon. We just happened to be close enough when the orc thing happened that we all decided to pick up the contracts.
there's more of you.
Yeah. Only a couple more. A team of 2 and then a team of 1.
But you
Whoa.
guys aren't you guys don't have any offices elsewhere, so it'd be difficult for us to work elsewhere huh? If we were to join.
Not totally. I mean, we just pick up the freelance contracts and give the credit to Don.
Huh.
Oh,
Once
Oh.
you're affiliated with a guild in a country, you're new here. You're new to the city, aren't you?
we arrived like yesterday.
All right. Once you pick up a contract, it's got to go somewhere to be verified. These badges you guys have, and all of us have for the event, for our licenses to travel, it takes someone to verify it, and Don Strider will do that. You just got to send it all back over to Bredon. Sure, it costs a little extra and it hurts the purse, but most of us end up basing ourselves out of Bredon anyway. We'll bring the paperwork ourselves. Plus, it's not like a courier is that hard to do. Merchants come to Bredon all the time.
You do have a point. This is a basically port town.
And we find our own fights too. You know, sure, that big boule quest that the Kingsman had to take care of like a month ago, that was cool. But we fought our own cool stuff.
Like what?
A Chimera recently.
Oh, what? A what now? What?
I
What's
spit
that?
my drink.
Matthew gets so perked up.
Chimera. Our Eldritch Knight just helped out fighting a Chimera. We're just small time though. We're a family.
We heard there was some lion monster things that was traveling around Turek. So we decided we'll go out there and check it out.
A lion monster thing with wings. She whips out her sketchbook. Can you like describe it in detail?
Yeah, let me look up the D&D Chimera thing.
You could just say it's a lion with a snake tail and like a goat head and shit.
That's the Dragon's Dogma version. It's a little different than D&D.
I know. I saw it 4 times because I started the game 4 times.
Yeah, so it's got a lion head, a goat head, and a dragon head. Like a dragonish head, like a lizard head thing.
shit.
And it's got wings.
So I have a question. She gets a little excited. Do you have you ever seen like a dragon?
I haven't seen like a true dragon, but I've seen wyverns before.
A what are?
Wyverns. They're like dragons, but dragons got like 4 legs and wings. Wyverns have 2 legs, and then their 2 front legs are like the wings too.
You guys, they see like a lot of cool creatures.
Oh, you'll
That's
see them
like my
too if you end up
thing.
fighting the Shatter.
The who? Oh, wait. What do you mean? What about the Shatteraxe clan?
Sorry, you'll see them if you find the Bone Braid clan. The Bone Braid's actually the chieftain has a chimera. I mean, has a wyvern. I don't know who's gonna take it, but he's got one.
I think we found our home.
Guys, I think we need to sign up.
Me too.
I'm gonna let's go sign up. Yeah, wait, guys, but seriously, are you guys? Is this where we're gonna be?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It matters not where we sign up, as long we are helping people.
We will help people definitely here. I know.
We will help people, and they still get to deal with Marsha and other things. So you know what? Fuck it. We'll build renown the good old-fashioned way, not through pompous money, but through helping people.
And struggling every day, giving Dawn Strider the credit of our struggles. You know what? We're signing up. We're going to be Dawn.
All right,
We're
new
doing
members of Dawn Strider, and he turns around and like announces to all the other guildmates, "We got 3 new members.
Woo! Yay!
Strider, get some strong drinks for 'em.
Wait,
What?
this is not strong enough.
Now we got to get you some rot gut.
What?
That sounds
It is
awesome.
the worst."
Matthew, hide your boner. Keep that thing down.
I am all about this life.
He throws his arm around you and starts. That's just where Strider's at. He's pulling out like this like green glass bottle
Oh.
that seems to have a liquid in it that doesn't seem to be fully liquid.
Is there like a scorpion floating in there too? Like it's that nasty shit with the viper or a cobra.
He's like, "All right, you know what? We'll do it together."
I'm terrified.
I'm down.
After you drink it, I'll tell you what it is.
Wait, that's not how it's supposed to work.
All right,
Yeah,
so
it is.
2 shallow cups that are maybe like 3 ounces of liquid,
It looks like
and
this.
it's just dark.
Yeah.
Looks like
Yeah, Matthew downs it.
so that no. It's like this like brown milky liquid
Well, okay.
Yeah, Matthew downs
with a
it.
hint of green in it.
All right. Oh my God. Are you abstaining, Dane?
I'm absolutely abstaining.
All right.
Come
Hold my
on,
hand.
you have to
Dane.
make a bond. We're signing up.
Dane, please hold my hand.
I will hold your
Alrighty.
hand.
If you want, you could just like not make a fortitude save, and I'll just say you fail it, but it's not like anything terrible. Or you can make a fortitude save to see like play reasons if you want to, or if you just want to experience it.
Because you do have to go to a flea market after this.
I would
go
like
tomorrow.
to try. I'd like to try and make the fort save.
Go ahead and try to make the fort save. Okay, go make a
Dane,
save.
we'll
All right.
go tomorrow.
Matthew,
Okay.
you've passed the fort save.
Oh no.
Fuck yeah.
Say we'll
Oh,
pass the fort
we
save. So,
did it.
actually, the job of the- so this is the most disgusting thing you've ever had. It's also the most potent alcohol you've ever had.
Nice.
Nice.
This is, when you've had alcohol for the first time, like hard alcohol for the first time, and you just kind of cough.
Mhm.
This is
Yeah.
the fit that you end up having, but it doesn't last for very long because you passed the wave. Your new friend doesn't seem to be. He's not as. Actually, let me see if he passes. Oh fuck. No, he does not. He,
yeah.
He spends a lot longer coughing, kind of like woo.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll tell you what it's from. This is fermented goblin ear.
What?
I'm so okay with this.
It's the worst. But someone figured out if you fermented it, it makes the strongest ale.
I'm
Or strongest whatever.
Dane, hold my hand.
I'm holding it very tightly.
Oh, you're already holding it.
Yeah.
Sorry, my nerve endings were numb. Oh boy. All
Most
right.
people drink it as a prank, but man, sometimes it's just good.
What is wrong with you? I like it.
I love this guy.
All right, looks like we're joining up with Dawn Strider.
All right, so
We've been initiated
so you do while in your like just the partying and the reverie, you do sign up for Dawn Strider.
somehow.
Somehow you signed up for Dawn Strider. You're not exactly sure when you fully did all the paperwork signing and stuff, but you did hand over your licenses at one point, and Strider came back and gave you the proper paperwork and everything. And you're all signed up and ready.
Oh,
He lets you know that in the morning, talk to him, and he'll point you in the right direction to get started on any quests you want to take care of.
we do the thing.
All right. Now, do you continue partying the whole night, or do you eventually break away to the black?
If we can handle it, Dane can probably maneuver us, or at least hold me steady while I lead the way. If Dane's cool with it.
I will not go inside, but I can take you there.
Oh, you won't go in?
I think I'll pass on this one. If you're going to a place looking for a seller for that book, who knows
Sorry,
what else?
say again?
Oh, if you're going to a place with someone interested in that book, I don't know what other weird things will be down
Well,
there.
like, I don't think we'll be talking to that gentleman. I'm gonna be talking to someone else about other. And I don't know, you might find items in there that could benefit you. Or your abilities, or whoever needs help.
I will help you trudge through the traffic.
Okay.
All right. So you make your way into the slums, and you find the old carpenter's storefront, and he's. It looks like the shop's like closed out, but the lights are still on, just like there was last night. And you see him, reading at a desk near inside.
Hi. I like flowers.
Ah, yes, I have some vases in the back. So you brought your friends. Are they interested in flowers too?
I think so. I look at Dane and
Yes,
Matthew.
flowers.
Yes.
All right, well, come on back. I got some stuff that you might be interested in. I did some carvings this evening, actually. Just sir. And he leads back. Same situation, leads you on down. Dane, do you go down too? Or no?
I will begrudgingly go down.
Okay. Just so the scene I described earlier, it's the same situation going down. Same orc, same stall vendors, they're all right there.
I'm not gonna approach the necromancer dude. I'm gonna approach the lady looked interested in.
Mm-hmm.
Like about
Yeah, when you asked, like, does
dragon.
anyone know any dragon thing?
Yeah. I'm gonna approach her like, hey, so I got the nonverbal cue from you last night. You happen to know a lot about dragons?
I know enough about dragons. What are you interested in?
Like bronze ones in particular. Can you tell me about those?
Bronze dragons?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Or like where they might be, or
Where they might be.
yeah.
Known locations of dragons is an expensive thing. Depends what you're looking for.
Truth be told, I don't know what I'm looking for. They're actually a dragon. I'm just curious about it.
Come with the price, honey.
How hot is she?
Above average, but not an 18.
So like a 15.
Yeah, like you say somewhere between like a 14 to 16.
Cool. Goblin ear is nice.
Goblin ear is nice. By the way, this entire time, I keep forgetting Thomas exists, but Thomas is
Yeah,
on my
Thomas is
shoulder.
there the whole time.
The entire time, Thomas is there. That's what I'm saying.
I'm assuming Thomas has just been sitting in the bag, just like, hello.
Well, like, what can you tell me for like 6 gold?
A good amount. So, bronze dragons, they are water dragons.
Water dragon.
You know, they stick around temperate hills, and although I don't know any of the locations, there has been rumors of one near Faversham, long time ago.
Faversham?
Yeah, the waters around Faversham.
That's up north, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh. Interesting.
Northwest of Bredon.
Okay.
They mainly stick to water. They won't stick around too much into woodsy areas, or especially not deserts.
Would there be any reason why they would be in woodsy areas? Or show up in woodsy areas?
Now that I wouldn't know. I would never act like I understand or know what a dragon would be doing. They're intelligent creatures. True dragons can transform into human.
Hmm.
They have a true form just like us, and then they have their dragon form. Potent and terrifying creatures. Although they like to
So-
stay in their typical form that we're used to seeing.
Oh.
It's like wearing ill-fitted clothes, from what I hear.
Okay. And what are you selling?
I sell information and finery.
Finery. Do
What
you?
makes you interested in the bronze dragons?
I don't know. I like she kind of like shows the scale pendant. She's like, I found this thing a long time ago. I don't even know if it's real or not. I just thought I could get some information on it.
May I see it?
She won't take it off, but she'll like lean forward.
Yeah, so she like moves like a candle closer to it and takes it and rubs her finger on it. Honey, this isn't this isn't bronze.
It's not?
No, it's heavily tarnished, but it's a brass. It's dragon scale.
What's a brass monkey dragon? I don't know anything of that one.
Brass dragons are other good aligned dragons. They mainly stay in like warm deserts and things like
Oh.
that. Depending on where you found it, it might be something along those lines.
Interesting. Okay. So it's not bronze. I'm gonna change that. It's
Strange,
just tarnished. Okay.
For
strange.
gold, I'll give you a small bottle of jewelry. I happen to have one here.
Nah, I kind of like it all grimy.
Alright.
Got memories, and I keep touching it, so it'll just make it worse anyway.
Strange,
thank you.
considering the closest desert is Vastir.
I wouldn't say that's the closest desert. Just the largest.
It happened like in near Fairwind Lodge when I was like 6.
Ah, Fairwind Lodge. Yes, I have heard of a dragon near there.
What? It's just there?
Well, not in Fairwind,
Oh,
but in the area of Tutorial Isles. A dragon can easily fly between those.
but it's there. It exists. So this thing is real. It's not like some fakey thing that I dreamed up as a kid.
Oh, it's real. There's a story. 3 gold.
Guys, can I spend more money?
Please.
Spending more money.
We're here for you.
Excuse me, I would like to unlock my prestige class, so yes, please. Let's get that rat's tail.
So you spend 3 gold. All right. So a long time ago, there was the lizard folk of the Vostiran Desert and the lizard folk of the Boskern Desert. They were always
Fuck
at
those
odds.
guys.
But for a long time, both had a patron dragon that oversaw them. He made sure they stayed on the side of good, as all metallic dragons do. Metallics tend to be lawfully aligned. They're interested in taking care of the good of the people and the world around them. Balance keepers, I guess you could say. Well, for some reason or another, and unfortunately I'm not a history buff, so I don't know what exactly happened, something started corrupting them. And this brass dragon tried to stop it, from what I understand, even so far as making a legendary weapon called the Sun Spear. Or at least it's a fabled thing.
So
and
it's
giving
real.
it to
We
the
know.
Boskern, and gave it to the people of Boskern. They fought against the Vastiran and ended up getting some form of independence, and the Vastiran never showed back up there. And from what I understand is it's been under the protection of a dragon ever since. But eventually those Uh, I mean, what I understand is those lizard folk no longer exist. And so if a dragon is existing in Tutorial Islands, it might be a descendant or the same old, just sleeping it off. Maybe going out for a stretch every now and then. Although, if I can get a closer look, might tell the age.
Yeah, sure.
Do you take it off and give it to her? No?
I like leave it.
So she spends more time like fiddling with it. It gets kind of uncomfortable.
I'll bear it.
Yeah, you bear it.
That doesn't leave me.
Yeah, so you bear it. This seems to be from a younger dragon. Not as old as the great worm from the tail, but maybe it had an offspring.
Oh.
But definitely from an active dragon. Couldn't be more than 80 years old.
Oh yeah, only 80. No big. All right.
I mean, it's young in comparison to a few hundred.
That's fair. Well, that's good to know. It's just, it's kind of nice, thinking about it like a little girl. You think it might be fake. It's nice to know that it was.
Definitely real. And no one's seen a dragon out there for, well, a very long time. So whatever it is, it's hiding.
Hmm.
I'd keep that thing close if I were you.
Right.
People can take objects to use them to seek out things. If they had that, they could find it.
No! Like, I wouldn't call him my friend, but he was like my friend when he was 6 years old and barely, maybe only.
I'm gonna look at Sable and we found a lot of interesting stuff in that desert.
Well, that's not the priority right now. She kind of like puts the pendant away. We'll figure that out later. Anyway, go shopping.
I don't need anything.
There's a weapons right there.
I might need something.
Yeah, so
also,
you do
hi
find-
Maul, what's up?
Yeah. Maul gives you a nod.
Yeah, go shopping. Dane, you want to go shopping?
I think I'm good.
Okay.
I go to ye old weapons shop.
Yeah, so this is someone who is selling a variety of different stolen magical
I'm
weapons.
gonna use the restroom. Stolen magical weapon.
Oh jeez.
Oh jeez. By the way, can you ask?
How long will you guys like to stay up for, by the way?
I'm good.
I'm good till about 1.
Okay. Good till 1? Sounds about right. We'll do 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna look over his wares. What does he have?
So he has... Let me pull out the thing. Okay.
A little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Little bit of this, little bit of that. He has a silverish looking crossbow. He has a gilded falchion.
Oh.
He has an elven longsword.
Oof.
He has a ornate morning star of some kind. You can't tell the make or quality of it, but it does seem to be pretty fancy looking. And then he has a dwarven herb. And then behind him, you can see those are the weapons that are currently. Once you get closer to his thing, you don't know exactly how it happened. But when you first approached him, you couldn't see any weapons. When you got closer to him, suddenly you were able to see the weapons. You feel like there is some kind of magical thing going on right now that only those standing closer to him can see the weapons that he currently has in his stall. And then behind him, once you're in the stall area, you do see a variety of different basic weapons, things like that. But nothing as unique as what I mentioned.
Are these all your wares?
Are you looking for something in particular?
Not really. But then again, is anyone ever really looking for anything in particular?
He just gives you a nod. What do you fight with?
He'll pull from his quiver his double blade that unlocks, and then put it back together, slap it in, and then pull out the composite longbow, put that away, and then that shining bronze thing that I picked up in the desert.
It's a lot of weapons for one person. Well, wait, what kind of bow did you say you had?
I have the where was it? Yeah, composite longbow 2.
Okay.
Oh, I also have a trident. Haha.
Jesus Christ.
Have we sold our shit?
I don't
No,
think.
remember I took I'm currently carrying 13 javelins, a trident, my longsword, my composite longbow, the ever burning torch, 3 alchemist's fire, and a trident, and 3 javelins.
Yeah, like that's a lot of stuff.
I'm weapons expert for a reason.
Well, you seem to have a wide plethora of objects to fight with.
Indeed, I do.
I'd suggest everything I have then.
Honey, how much do we have in the bank?
592 gold and 6,000 silver. Well, okay, 6,053.
There's that. I did like the sound of that dwarven urch and the elven longsword. What do those look like?
So the elven longsword, it's he does show it to you and lets you handle it. Very immaculately balanced blade. From holding it, you can't tell if it has any kind of magical properties. It's not like you have any detect magic skills, but it does feel like an especially fine blade. Now, normally longswords are like dual-edged. This is only a single-edged style blade. But there seems to be some nice heft to it that allows you feel like if you were to swing this and use it, you'd be able to go from movement to movement very easily. It's just the craftsmanship, given its elven nature, seems to be better than what you experience in traditional sword. Now you do try the Dwarven Urgosh, and due to the nature of this weapon, it immediately feels out of place in your hands. You can tell it's of high quality, but it's also not something you're familiar with using, and you don't kind of know exactly how to swing it and use it properly.
Are there any runes or things inscribed on it?
Anything inscribed on the Dwarven Urgosh?
Yeah.
Do you know Dwarven?
Yes.
Okay. So unfortunately, there is nothing on the hilt outside of what you recognize as traditional, what looks like Dwarven writing, but end up just being like decorative features in parts of the metalwork.
Your mom. That's what it says.
I like it. I'm pulling up what a dwarven Urgosh looks like right now.
It's like a 3-headed axe with a spike at the bottom of the hilt, I think.
Christ. Is this place also selling armor?
Yeah, there's someone there that has what looks like some armor.
Guys, we're Dawn Striders.
I wonder what our first mission is going to be.
Did you find the Dwarven Urgosh thing?
Yeah, I'm pulling it.
If you have the physical player's handbook, it's on page 119. The stats are going to be on 170.
119.
The stats.
It's considered a dual weapon.
Has Shoko
It does
come
1d8,
out yet?
1d6. I think so.
Woo.
I think our Hammy's still. It does a ×3 critical, by the way.
Oh.
Oh, critical.
So it's like a giant. It's like an axe with like 3 spike like pommels in the back of it, and then.
So think of like a large bearded axe, or like a large like axe, right? Like 2-handed axe, and then on each side of the axe head is another axe head. Like,
Yo, dog.
and then on the top of that axe head, it's like, you know, where like the actually, let me just read the description to it, because it's a very specific dwarven weapon. that has a lot of different like strange uses.
Sounds fucking dwarven.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I was looking at the stupid dwarven war axe, the Urgosh. Holy shit!
The Urgosh, yeah.
Yo, dog.
It's got like it's a bunch of weapons.
I like it.
The Dwarven Urgosh is a double weapon. You can fight with it as fighting with 2 weapons, but if you do, you incur all normal attack penalties associated with fighting with 2 weapons, just as if you're using one-handed weapon and a light weapon. The Dwarven Urgosh's head is a slashing weapon that deals 1d8 points of damage. Its spearhead is a piercing weapon that deals 1d6 points of damage. You can use either head as the primary weapon. The other is the offhand. A creature wielding a Dwarven Urgosh in one hand can't use it as a double weapon. Only one end of the weapon can be used at any given round. If you are using a ready action to set an Urgosh against a charge, you deal double damage if you score a hit against a charging character. If you can use an Urgosh against a charging character, the spearhead is the part of the weapon that deals damage. An Urgosh is also called a spear axe. Dwarvens treat Dwarven Urgoshes as martial. Everyone else treats it as a exotic weapon, so you need to take a feat for it.
Mm.
Oh gosh.
Okay. How much are you asking for it?
For this one in particular, let's see. For you, 620 gold.
I like the cut of your jib.
That shit better be fucking adamantine.
Okay. Well, thank you much. And he's going to set down the Urgosh.
Okay.
We can go now.
Urgers.
We can
From what
leave
you
now.
gathered, everything in here is... This isn't a normal market. Like, if you want to go to a normal blacksmith weapons, you probably can buy this thing as a plain thing. If he's selling it for this much money, you have a feeling it's either enchanted, and probably also stolen.
Yeah, no,
Probably
that's
got
exactly.
that sweet maximize and like,
Or it's from a grave, even.
oh.
This is exactly
Bad
why
juju.
Matthew. This is exactly why Matthew's not really into buying. Was looking.
Sounds like bad juju.
Or it could also be smuggled good. But this doesn't seem like an object you think would be smuggled.
No, it looks like something that can be dug out of someone.
This is also like something that's been stolen.
Mm-hmm.
Any vendor selling Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, there's this one guy in the back. It's a secret 7th stall. Got glasses.
Just a
And that
deck.
guy's selling
A
Yu-Gi-Oh!
deck
cards.
of many things.
Yeah.
Exodia!
Exodia! My
Well-
blue eyes!
My blue eyes.
Beef dragon!
Baby dragon.
Speaking of which, there is a kunai with chain at the weapon stall.
Yeah!
I am not.
Kunai with chain!
That's some exotic
not
shit,
doing
right?
this.
What?
Kunai?
Kunai with chain.
I mean, just a throwing dagger.
Yeah, just a throwing dagger.
No,
That's
With
right.
chain.
With the chain. Yeah, it's a throwing dagger with chain.
With chain.
Don't forget the with chain.
Does anyone else want anything here? Do you want to check out the armor, Dane?
Well, unfortunately, as they could be from unexpected places, I think I'll try my best at the actual market.
I'm sure we can find something at like the normal market. Thanks for the detour, guys. I really appreciate it.
Not a problem.
No, of course.
We're Dawn Striders now.
I know. Kind of want to.
Now, how do we get out of here?
Oh, this way. I remember it.
Yeah, so you lead the way out.
Straight left, right, straight left.
I go, bye, bye, Maul.
Maul gives you another nod.
Oh, as we're walking out and going back to open port, I want to ask, so what was that about dragons?
I don't know, when I was like 6 or something, I like thought I saw one.
And it dropped one of its scales?
Yeah. So I like took it. But, you know, like I told my parents and they told me that I probably just dreamed it, and it's like they told me that maybe this was just kind of like some fish scale or some other reptilian scale, but I kept it anyway. And I don't know, it's just kind of reassuring to know it's real.
There was some validity from that information broker that we went to.
It's nice, you know, like I started off doing what I do and sketching things out because I wanted to find it eventually. So
And now you know it's real.
And now I know
it's
it's real.
vague location.
And it's vague location.
Very vague location.
But now she's getting the cold feet, like, oh. What
Well,
if I
they
find it? What the heck?
Well,
Will
she
it, like,
said
eat
it.
me?
No, she said they're lawful good. We'd be fine. It's a dragon, and it's smart.
Yeah, but it's also lawful. Took one of its scales.
Lawful or not, I'm pretty sure someone being woken up abruptly is not going to like being woken up too early.
Not if we're doing the right thing. Anywho,
All
we have a
this time I
busy.
thought it was brass.
I mean, brass and bronze looks really similar.
Yeah, they do.
It's really hard to tell sometimes. So,
I
Okay,
think we
well.
should get some sleep. You two have had a big day.
Well, we're Dawn Striders now, and tomorrow we might get a chance to clear out some orcs.
Bredon Strider! And
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Whoa!
phew.
Also, that guy made me a little self-conscious of how many weapons I have.
Suddenly you're hyper aware.
You're just very flexible with your preferences.
That's what she said.
All right. So you make it back to. Wait, are you going to go back to Dawnstrider as an inn, or are you back to any other inn?
Dawn Strider, it's home.
I think we're gonna go and fund the Dawn Strider.
All right, you go to Dawnstrider. So, they do have a private room. It's a little cramped for the three of you, but there's absolutely a private room, or you can sleep on the hearth.
I'm gonna kick it by the hearth.
All right, you kick it by the hearth.
How much?
Take it by the hearth.
So for the hearth, they don't charge. For
God
Dawnstrider's people,
Damn it, Strider!
you're part of the guild. This is actually a guild.
I was gonna be like, damn it, Strider! You have one job. We need to talk about this.
Can we at least add a tip jar?
Just sit it on the counter.
Part of the guild.
Okay, we'll take the hearth.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll take the.
I'll take the hearth.
Matthew.
Hearth.
Hearth. Okay.
We're gonna try to kick it with the Shadow Dancer.
Yeah.
I have modified
So
my
at one
spells.
point in time, one of the whatchamacallit, one of the guys that was carrying a large sword earlier pulls out a harmonica and just starts
Ooh.
playing.
Oh,
Yeah.
bruh.
So
Do I feel inspired? Did he take
yeah,
a bard?
he's a
level?
bard.
He's a bard.
He's a bard.
All right, I feel inspired,
Yeah.
you guys. Do you feel inspired?
I feel inspired.
feel
Words.
inspired to sleep.
All right,
Inspired to sleep.
we
Yep.
are inspired to sleep.
You go to bed with the soft, soothing sounds of a harmonica.
Now, question: do we want to stop here? Because this actually.
You can, or you can get through more role play, and it'll platform you into combat and action later. But you don't have to jump straight into combat now. I have a stopping point if you'd like. You can do
Okay,
now or
then
later.
it's up to whoever wants to. I'm good for going still. It's up to
I'm
everyone.
good for going still.
I'm good for going still.
All right,
Okay.
I'm just checking.
So morning rolls around, and you guys, depending on how you guys wake up,
Pray.
Pray.
Now, Dane, since you're waking up to pray, and Sable, because you also have to do spell prep,
One spell.
one spell.
I get the one.
So the bard isn't spell prepping, but the other two-handed swordsman is praying for a spell.
Oh.
He's praying for spells, and you find out from him that he is a cleric of Cord.
Hey, Cord!
So that's why he looks like a fighter, but he is actually a cleric.
Cord's totally answering the phone now. He's
Yeah.
like, dude, someone's fucking calling.
Let's go.
I miss Cord.
All right. So then there is the actual cleric as well, who's praying, and who did I say had two? Yeah, and then the partner of the cleric, the rogue-ish looking guy,
Mm-hmm.
he also spell preps, and he turns out to be a two-handed ranger.
Motherfuck, we're lame. We're so impotent. They're so
Alright.
cool.
So you wake up with a couple people who are also doing spell prep with you, and other people are doing breakfast and things like that.
Oh, just to let you know,
The-
I have to take my what is it? What do I have wearing? Breastplate?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to take my breastplate on and off when I go to sleep and when I wake up.
That's fine. Yeah, absolutely. You
Okay.
can totally do that. Also, the sorceress lady, it turned out to be a wizard. She has a spell book, and she seems to be prepping for the day at one of the tables.
Nice.
So it's like Moore Park in the morning where nobody talks to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, like everyone's getting ready for like zero period style classes, like the 6 a.m. at 7 a.m. class.
I kind of miss those days.
Yeah.
Those were an innocent time.
Oh, Enrique, I update my spell list on my character sheet.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. So whatever I have there is my spells. Just so I'm not, like, you don't expect me like cheating or anything.
Actually, so I had this conversation with. She was talking about spell preparation as well. I trust you guys to do your spell prep without me looking over. And whatever you have on your sheet, I'm gonna trust that was placed in good faith and without cheating, because I'm here to give you guys a good story. And if you survive by cheating in a fight or something along those lines by going through that, I won't feel bad about it because I'm still giving you a story that I'm proud of. But I know that as a player, if I was to ever cheat, I'd feel bad about it.
I would too.
So
I'd feel bad.
So I trust you guys not to cheat the system and abuse it.
Aw, thank you.
Hell,
Yeah. So because I know that like it's not a victory if you cheated to get it. You know what I mean? That being said, I will still check Pablo's. Just kidding.
yes, all my magic.
Yeah, all his magic.
Matthew casts implosion. Oh, okay, yeah. Cool.
Yeah, that's fighter magic.
I pre-rolled my hit, so I already.
Yeah,
I know.
I rolled a 20 earlier.
I saved it.
Yeah, it's like Tetris. You hold that.
Yes.
I hold that 20.
Hold the line piece.
All right, so yeah.
All right, we wake up. We kick it with our new buddies.
Okay. So morning rolls around, and you are called over by Strider when you guys are ready, and he'll give you the lay of the guild.
Aw, shit. We should do it.
We do it. I want to kill some goblins, or yes.
So you can ferment more ears.
All right.
Yes.
Well, are you interested in doing the main quest that everyone's stirring about, or are you looking for something else? Less competition.
Main.
The main thing. All right. Everyone's doing that.
What do you
Orcs it
mean
is.
less competition?
Well, we have some other quests that you guys can take on if you'd like. Caravans still need guards. Other monsters can get rowdy. We have some history of some dungeons that are being held up by goblins and other races that are taking on villages.
We'll do those later. Let's go steal some orc kills from all the other guilds.
He gives you a smile.
For Dawn
All right.
Strider.
Yeah, for Dawn Strider.
For Dawn Strider. All right.
All right.
So for that, let me go ahead and get you all the paperwork sorted. So he pulls out some paperwork and starts filling it out with you. So the contact you guys are going to have to go see is Marcia Sinclair. She's in the Market District right now. She's pulled up a shop. Sorry, excuse me.
Marsha.
She's a merchantess who's working with House Gardensworth. She's ended up buying out one of the shops temporarily in the Market District as kind of a base of operations for all the adventurers between the 3 guilds. Go ahead and seek her out, mention who sent you, that you're all square on your paperwork, and she'll send you on your way with the right information. From what I understand, she's giving each individual guild group that comes around a certain area of the forest to check and clear out. Depending on how early you get in the day, as you get first pickings and things go. Well, I wouldn't say first picking. It's more or less, you just get the top of the stack kind of stuff. The top of the stack tends to be the places that have the highest likelihood of getting a fight going.
We should get going now.
Yep.
All right.
We'll see you back when we get back, Strider.
All right. See you this evening.
Oh!
We're gonna die this episode, aren't we?
Oh no, we bum rush that stand. Marsha!
Just
Shoving people over. Move it!
Pull out my trident, ram through a commoner.
Don't do that, please.
Save first.
Save first.
yeah, you go to
Reload.
the save station. And you,
Reload.
all right. Yeah, so you get to it's not hard to find in the in the market area, Market Square, which building it is, because there seems to be a small crowd of like armed people of like various different looks all around like the same building waiting to lined up outside, and then occasionally the door opens, a group goes in, the door shuts, and a group like kind of like leaves back and forth, but it seems to be one group at a time.
Line con.
Yeah, line con basically. You get there and there seems to be only two other groups in front of you, and as time passes along and it does eventually come to you, is there anything you want to do while waiting in line?
No, I want to stay. I want to stake out, but that's about it. I don't want to say anything.
Deep
Are there
breaths.
any elote stands?
There's no elote stands nearby.
I was gonna be.
This place is a fucking
Yeah, there's no
dump.
breakfast elote places.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Because JoJo posted.
Oh, did you see it? I'm sorry.
I'm like, oh, elote.
That shit looks
Elote.
good.
All right, so you get in there, and you see so you see a woman sitting at a desk, and she has like a variety of paperwork around her, as well as some other general goods in the store. So it's clear that this is also a shop that she is still selling goods at. The woman you are now seeing is 6-ish foot tall, so she's a fairly tall woman.
Damn.
Absolutely striking features.
Damn.
Ooh.
Seems to you can't tell if she's an elf. The way her hair is drawn currently, any pointy ears, but she does have the kind of like thin and sharp features that you would typically see on an elven woman.
Like very willowy.
Yeah, very willowy style. But at the same time, still drop dead gorgeous. And on this day, she seems to be wearing what looks like a fine, like nobleman's like upper piece, like as far as like a top goes, and then a skirt that's split down the side.
Girl.
And then she seems to and has like knee high boot,
Girl.
like knee boots up to, and has her legs crossed as she's like on this kind of open table, like sorting through paperwork and writing things down in a ledger. Come in.
So elegant. We
Yeah.
go in.
Yes.
I shove Matthew and Dane.
Ah, new faces. It's a pleasure to meet you. I am Merchantess Marcia Sinclair.
We want to kill some orcs.
I am Matthew Greywind.
Pleasure to meet you, Matthew.
Oh, I am Dean Luminar.
Sable. Just Sable.
All right. Is this the? I don't think I've met you before, so first time. Do you need an explanation of what's going on, or what do you know?
Orcs, bad news. People are putting out gold for orc people. Dead. We're gonna go kill some orcs.
Woman, a few words. I can appreciate that.
You'd be surprised, actually.
Yeah, no, Matthew's just gonna pull out the paperwork and requisite and be like, yeah, we're signed up with Dawn Strider, so we check out.
Do you need our licenses?
Yes, please. May I see those?
All right.
So you see him, and
Put 'em forward.
for the remainder of this conversation, she is like writing down your information and processing clearly some paperwork that she has to take care of for the guilds. You've seen vaguely similar things from your previous times you've worked with different adventuring guilds. What you do notice that any time you seem to be like taking in her appearance, you tell she appreciates you taking in her appearance. That seems to be one thing she is like keen on observing people do.
Damn, girl.
Um,
Own it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, yeah.
It seems to be that only my house, Gardens, actually cares about the people of Bredon, and that's why we're offering currently 5 gold pieces for every bone braid's braid. Now, if no one's informed you yet, I'll give you a brief update. The Shatter Axe clan is known for using the splintered axes, while as the Bone Braid clan all have these long black-haired braids filled with different bones inside of them. If you were to bring me each of these braids, 1 braid is worth 5 gold. Now, although I do not believe many the adventurers that I've hired so far will believe me, if any of these braids were found to be counterfeit or a deception, such as like horsehair braided with bone, that would go directly against your guild, and there would be legal charges brought against you by the city of Bredon.
Jeez.
The king has personally agreed that anything that we issue here today, due to the attack on the city, will be held to the utmost legal regard. Any questions so far?
Nope, sounds good.
Now, The area I have outlined is on a piece of paper with like a vague drawing of like a forest. This is currently where you'll be fighting. Just go ahead out there, look through the forest, and clear it. You will receive a new piece of paper with a new section of map once you've cleared out this area 100%.
All
Got
right.
it.
What
If
if
an
we were-
area
oh,
that we have found previously cleared happens to have orcs in it again, there won't be a penalty against you. I imagine there are certain caves that that adventurers will clear out, and then within a week the orcs might re-establish a hold there. So it's nothing like you need to worry about clearing out 100%. If you miss something, you miss something. The forests are large, and it's impossible to find every hidey hole themselves into.
Okay.
Now, mention with the list here, and she provides another list. These are the merchants that are currently accepting discounts for people who've taken on the quest by me.
Oh.
All of the discounts added here are also partners who are donating some of the proceeds of the sales to the peasantry of Bredon.
Oh. Well, that's cool. Look at that. It's so official. Philanthropic and shit.
Yes, we do try to be philanthropic. Unfortunately, House Goldtree does not view it the same. They hardly care about the peasantry here in Bredon.
Oh, yikes. Okay. So we're gonna go kill these orcs in this area and get our discounts.
If you'd like to buy any basic adventuring supplies, I have them here. If you'd like
I'm
to look
all
for some
good.
specialty goods, there is an armorer and a weaponsmith on that list, as well as someone who sells potent curatives.
Mm.
I do have a question.
Of course.
What if we were to encounter any Shatteraxe clan orcs?
That's a good question.
Well, I would say you most likely will have to kill them.
And we will only be paid
not
for
friendly.
the black braids.
Although you won't be paid for killing the Shatteraxe clan. The Shatteraxe clan isn't friendly to adventurers. If you were to stumble across them, they'd most likely attack you and you'd have to defend yourself.
But we don't have to keep any of their stuff as trophies to get paid, right?
No. The typical adventuring style would suffice. Anything that they have is yours.
Yeet. I in character yeeted.
You're in character.
Oh my
Yeet.
god. Yeah, I yeet.
Yeet.
Who?
Yeet?
Don't bother. I'm having
It must be an adventurer thing.
a sure. We'll call it that. Anyway, so
I think we're
let's
good.
let's go kill some orcs.
Let's go kill some orcs.
All right. So you then leave the office of Marcia Sinclair, and you are in the market district, able to buy anything you need for this adventure. You can tell that the area of forest, based on like the general map that you have, is not too far out of town, but enough that you'll still need to do a couple hours of hiking to get there.
I'm ready to go. I have everything I need.
All right. So
Does anyone need to do anything before we go?
Not really.
No,
Alright.
I went to the bathroom at the guild, so I'm good.
So with that being said, that is where we're going to stop.
Woo!
Prepped and ready. So if there's anything you'd like to do as far as like selling stuff, exchanging currency, let's do that now, as well as inventory management. But as far as the story goes, we can go ahead and stop it.
All right, guys, can you please send me like a list of all the stuff that's gonna go into the bag of holding?
Let's see what I have in my stuff.
Or you could just send it to me. Like, it doesn't have to be necessarily tonight.
Oh shit! I forgot we're still streaming.
Oh, thanks, stream.
Thanks.
Thank you, stream. I hope you enjoyed everything we did for you.
Hasta la peste.
Maybe next week.
Maybe next week.